We have a big game coming up from Kansas City. You'll see Norm Nixon lead the fast break of the Los Angeles Lakers, as the Lakers, now atop the Pacific Division, go against the remarkable Phil Ford and the Kansas City Kings, a team that has gone from the bottom right to the top of the Midwest Division. We have two playoff teams here today.
The NBA on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Chevrolet and Chevrolet dealers coast to coast. Light beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. And by Gillette, makers of Atra, America's original pivoting head razor.
This is Kemper Arena, Kansas City, Missouri, as today the Los Angeles Lakers go against the Kansas City Kings. Hello, everyone. I'm Don Crickey. I'll be joined today by Keith Erickson. This is a man who needs no introduction to any basketball audience. Jerry West, the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Jerry, last night your team went to the top of the division as Seattle lost. How do you assess the Lakers right now, where they're headed?
Well, naturally, we're delighted to be in first place at this time, but it seems like we're going to have to win today to stay there. We have great respect for Kansas City. Cotton Pitching has done an outstanding job here with a very good basketball team. It's going to be a difficult game for us to start this road trip with.
Well, last year, of course, you were 17 games under 500 at this point in the season. Now you're leading the division. Do you think you have a possible championship team?
Well, we would like to win our division first, if that's possible, and then we'll worry about the championship. But, Don, there's so many games to go before we get there. We're just delighted to be where we are, and we'll play the rest of the games and then see what happens.
Go get him, Coach West.
Thank you, Don.
Jerry West now for more on Kansas City. Let's go to Keith Erickson.
Thank you, Don. I'm with Cotton Fitzsimmons, the head coach of the Kansas City Kings. Cotton, we're going to be seeing a lot of Otis, Birdsong, and Phil Ford today. Tell us about them.
Well, they're both fine players. They can both run very good. Otis plays very good without the basketball. Of course, Phil Ford plays very good with the ball, but a good matchup today, you know, with Norman Nixon, Lou Hudson. It should be a tough matchup.
It should be a great matchup. We'll be watching for it today. Now back to you, Don Crickey.
All right, Keith, we're set to go here at Kansas City. There is electricity and excitement in this arena, and there has been all season long, as the Kings, who a season ago finished dead last in the Midwest Division. They were 20 games under 500. And then they got Phil Ford in the draft, as you know, the #1 player selected, and the rest is history as Ford, whip cracking from the backcourt, leading a fast break that has been awesome, has just really pulled this whole team together under new coach Cotton Fitzsimmons. And right now, the Kings have command of their division, as Denver was beaten badly today at Milwaukee. So right now, Kansas City's up by 5 full games. We'll take a look now at the starting lineups for today's games. And breaking down for the Los Angeles Lakers, coming off in the forward position will be Adrian Dantley at 1 forward. He'll be joined by Jamal Wilkes, who's been playing so well. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will man the center position, as he always does for the LA Lakers. And in the back line, Sweet Lou Hudson, the 14-year veteran, and Norm Nixon, the second-year guard, who has been very impressive this year. Jerry West says he's going to be one of the best guards in the league, if not already. Kansas City will jump Sam Lacey at center. The forwards are Bill Robenzien and Scott Wedman. In the backcourt, we have Otis Birdsong, a big scorer, plays without the ball, and the much-talked-about rookie Phil Ford. So Kansas City in the white uniforms has the ball to start the game. Robenzien, who doesn't shoot up, fires up with a turnaround shot, puts the Kings up 2-0.
And that's exactly where Cotton Fitzsimmons likes to see him shoot the ball from. That close.
Sam Lacey, who plays Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tough, and now the Kings go with the ball. Here is Phil Ford taking it right into traffic, pulling up from 17 feet. Couple of quick hits by the Kings, Keith, and they're out in front 4-0.
No question what they want to do today. They want to blow Los Angeles out of here. They're going to do it as quickly as possible if they can.
Nixon matched up against Ford. A lot of people think Ford not only is odds-on for Rookie of the Year this season, as Lou Hudson breaks free inside, but Phil Ford could conceivably get a lot of support from most valuable player, the way he's turned this team around.
He certainly could.
Lacey, who's been playing very well, passing very well. Kareem stayed inside, so Lacey hammers one down, a line drive shot off the backboard.
And that's a big factor for Kansas City. If Sam Lacey is able to hit consistently from the outside, going to make them that much tougher.
Nixon starts to move on Ford, and Don Murphy, the lead official, rules that man-head position. There's a foul call going against the Lakers.
Watch the defensive position that Phil Ford has here. You see Norm Nixon kept on charging right into Phil Ford, had his feet planted before Nixon got there. Nice defensive play by the Phil Ford.
We'll break down some earlier scores this afternoon. The finals are in. Here is Lacey going to the basket. Kareem cuts him off at the baseline of the floor. The basket goes down, and we're going to have a foul call going against the Lakers.
4 for 4, this Kansas City. Watch Lacey now getting a half a step on Kareem and then turning it on, and a little bump down there, but that's enough for the foul to be called. Lacey going to try and make the three-point play down here. Kansas City mighty impressive right off the bat here.
They come out fast. They'll push the ball all day long. Their guards go. They run, and that, of course, is Los Angeles' strongest suit. They like to run the ball down the floor, too, but Kansas City has backup strength in the backcourt. Billy McKinney, a free agent who came in here, who has stats almost as impressive as Phil Ford's. Jamal Wilkes can't handle the pass. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem rolls his eyes a little bit. The Lakers look very lethargic here at the beginning of this game. They're going to have to get some life.
Phil Ford's got one speed, and that's flat out. You cannot give him any room. He'll take it right through. Jamal Wilkes inside, and Dantley comes down the rebound. Here's a late pass going up to Hudson, tipped away by Kansas City.
Great heads-up play by Otis Birdsong, turning around on defense, watching where the ball is and where his man. You don't see many guys watching the ball as they're going back on defense. That's Cotton Fitzsimmons coaching.
Here's Nixon looking around as Kareem posts himself down low. Hudson comes off behind it, uses it as a screen, and shoots over it. Sweet Lou Hudson has both Laker baskets. They trail 8-4.
That's a great sign for the Lakers. Hudson's been in a 3-game slump, and I know Jerry West wants to see him start knocking those jump shots down.
Wedman's first shot doesn't work. Kareem gets the outlet pass to Jamal Wilkes at 6'6". He fills the middle. Kansas City gets back on defense very nicely. Shuts off the break. Otis Birdsong playing Hudson. Here's Kareem going back down low to Lou Hudson. No foul. And again, Phil Ford pushes the ball up court, fires it inside to Lacey. He lost control, but you can again see the value of Phil Ford.
Yes, indeed. And Sam Lacey getting out on the fast break. How often do you see a 6'10" man filling a lane? Jamal Wilkes coming over, got a piece of the ball. He also got Sam Lacey on the arm. Send Sam to the line for 2 free throws.
Lacey comes into the game averaging just over 9 points a game. But in his last 5 games, he's been averaging over almost 8 assists a game. He's been passing the ball well.
Been playing great basketball. He's the kind of a center that gives Kareem a lot of trouble. He's a very aggressive defensive player. Kareem doesn't like those guys that lean on him and bump him.
Cotton Fitzsimmons, the coach of Kansas City, talking about the success of his team, thinks that one of the big factors is the Kings don't care who scores. They're playing a great team game. 5 men are in the ball game. Everybody handles the ball on offense.
Boy, you can't imagine how tough that is to get 5 players that have that kind of an attitude.
Now Norm Nixon comes up, fires it down, and Ford, who just goes charging down into the middle on every play, gets it down low again. He really puts pressure on the defense, doesn't he? They've got to run back hard.
There's the play. Sam Lacey almost on the line down there. You can see there's about a hair, and then he did go on the line. The ball went out of bounds off of Kareem. That's pretty typical, the fast breakdown of Kansas City. Phil Ford just flies with that ball down the floor every time he gets a chance.
Lou Hudson sweeps in, takes down the rebound, starts up very quickly. Both teams looking to move that ball down the floor, get any overmatches they can with the running game. Dantley, who's played well since he's come back from the injury, fires down his first shot of the day, and the Lakers are back to within 2. It's a 10-8 game.
Adrian Dantley and Scott Wedman going to be a big key in this game today. Cotton Fitzsimmons was really concerned about who was going to guard Dantley. He's really tough inside.
Lead pass from Nixon to Keith Wilkes. Jamal Wilkes. He gets it down. No shot. Rebound. Robinson. Here comes Phil Ford. He'll look to go to the middle if he can. Always looking to fill off on the lanes. Feed off as his men cut from the flanks to the basket.
And there you see Phil Ford going to the floor. Let's watch him as Kareem blocks this shot very, very nicely. Up in the air. You can't put it. He's only 6'2". Tried to put it over Kareem. Pretty hard to do.
Ford is averaging over 8 assists a game. If he keeps up this pace, only Oscar Robertson will have had more assists as a rookie in the history of the NBA.
That's the kind of shot that Cotton Fitzsimmons doesn't want Bill Robinson to take. He wants him shooting the good percentage shot, and that last one was not.
Dantley didn't have enough there, and it goes right to the wrong guy for the Lakers, to Phil Ford, who starts that break going the other way.
Wedman's having a tough time today so far. I think he's missed his first 4 shots in a row.
But Wedman has been a big factor, as you know, Keith, in the Kings' success. He's their top scorer at 18 a game, or second Otis Birdsong. He's their top percentage shooter. Rebounding well, and he's the best defensive player on the team. A lot of #1 draft choices out there for Kansas City.
As a matter of fact, their whole first team, it's the only team in the NBA that has all first round draft choices.
And the former UCLA All-American Richard Washington is on the bench with an injury. They're hoping to get him back in a couple of weeks.
Jamal Wilkes made a nice jump shot from the outside. And Kareem's intimidation again.
We're tied up at 10 as the Lakers look to go in front for the first time. Nixon weaving with the ball is hacked by Phil Ford.
Not a good foul by Phil Ford that time. Watch him reach behind and bump Norm Nixon. Not the most opportune time to be fouling a man. Nixon wasn't going anywhere with it anyway.
Nixon, nicely done. Norm Nixon is averaging 16 points a game for the Lakers, a 53% shooter from the field. He's a backcourt player, as you know, so he's done the big job. And now the Los Angeles Lakers on the Nixon field goal take the lead for the first time in the game, and we'll be back in a moment.
Can I help you?
Baboon Burger.
Nice car. What is it?
Chevy Chevette, best-selling hatchback in America.
What do you have on it?
AM radio, console, reclining bucket seats, white striped tires. It's all standard on the four-door Chevy Chevette, even the hatchback.
Love it, but I don't need the hatchback.
How come?
I've already got a trunk.
Chevy Chevette. A lot of car for the money.
When you shoot a lot of pool and bars, you want to stay fast and loose, and you don't want to get filled up. That's why I drink light beer from Miller. It's got a third less calories than their regular beer, and it's less filling. Plus, the taste is great. And even though a lot of people don't think pool is strenuous, let me tell you something. You can work up a real good thirst, even when you're just showing off.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Your services are no longer required.
I see no future for you.
Over 6 million shavers have said goodbye to their old razors and said hello to Atra, Gillette's best shave. Micro smooth twin blades and Atra face-hugging action combine to outshave every razor we've ever made.
Good shave. Sorry, sir.
Atra, Gillette's best shave.
Atra, you're supernatural.
Last night in the NBA, New Orleans beat Detroit by 2. The Boston Celtics over the New York Knicks 106-102, and Houston beat Seattle 113-101. And here's what happened today. Philadelphia defeated Washington 107-99. Milwaukee blew away Denver, 39-point rout. And the Celtics beat the Knicks for a second straight day. This one at Boston Garden. The other finals, New Jersey beating San Diego 104-98. And it was Indiana over Chicago 110-108. So today we have the Los Angeles Lakers, who are the leader in the Pacific Division by a half game. They can extend that lead to one game if they win here at Kansas City, but that's not easy to do. The Kings are going for their 10th consecutive win at home. The Lakers come in with 5 straight victories. They've played once earlier in the season. Los Angeles won that game at the Forum. Sam Lacey, baseball, passes the ball cross-court to Ford. Looking down low to Robinson. Now Wedman comes out. Coming off the baseline of the floor is Otis Birdsong. And they call Big Sam Lacey's number for pushing.
So far in the first quarter, Don, Kansas City's only shooting 33%. Lakers are shooting 67% from the floor.
Kareem turns around, but before he gets the shot away, Don Murphy blows the whistle, calls a foul. Working the game with Murphy.
Okay, Adrian Dantley with the ball on the outside, looking inside to Kareem. Sam Lacey giving a little bump on the inside.
Back to live action now. We have Nixon starting to penetrate inside. He loses Ford with a head fake, can't get the shot. And here comes Phil Ford. Got 2 guys who can really motor. Ford and Nixon matched against each other. They'll wear each other down. They're going to have to go to the bench sometime before long. Jamal Wilkes with that great ball control at 6'6" leads off to Dantley, and his power forward play takes the ball right to the basket.
Beautiful steal by Jamal Wilkes in the backcourt. Adrian Dantley taking the ball to the basket. I don't know if there's anyone better than Adrian Dantley. Robinson coming down with the body instead of trying to get good position with his feet and get in front of Dantley. So Dantley will go to the line for 2.
Adrian Dantley, an 84% free throw shooter since he came back from the injury in mid-January. The Lakers have won 10 games and lost only 4. Dantley is a 19-point-a-game scorer, the two-time All-American at Notre Dame. Now, the Lakers extend their lead to 4, 14-10. They were down 8-4 early in the game. Otis Birdsong headed to the basket, and the 21-point-a-game scorer who plays without the ball this year with Phil Ford in the backcourt with him hits a shot that brings Kansas City to within 2.
That's his strength, Don, is getting that ball, creating an opening for himself, putting that shot up even over Kareem.
Kareem's play this year, maybe not scoring as much, but his passing has been much better, and he's been a big factor in the Lakers' resurgence and move to the top. But here comes Kansas City right now looking to tie the basketball game. Wedman pulling up. Wilkes defending nicely, came across, intimidated the shot. Wedman goes right back at it. So Robinson feeds Wedman again, and the game is tied up at 14.
And that's the strength of a veteran player like Scott Wedman. Missed his first 5 shots from the floor and not hesitating to put that 6th one up and finally got it.
Well, if the first one won't succeed, and Wedman gets it down, and now Dantley comes back the other way, hits it for the Lakers. May again take a 2-point lead. Phil Ford goes to Wedman. Lacey's down low. Birdsong likes to play off the baseline of the court. He's a 6'4 guard. He's got that same height against him defensively in Hudson. But Birdsong can lose you down on the baseline. Here's the ball tipped away. Lacey tipped it away. Birdsong from 18 feet. The game now is tied up at 16-0.
Heads up defensive play. Sam Lacey got his hand on the ball. Otis Birdsong again picking that ball up, the loose ball, getting his shot. Looks like a technical foul. Ernie Fryer evidently heard Cotton usually mouthing at the referees quite a bit.
Cotton's tough on those referees, and they got him. Bernie Fryer got him.
Lou Hudson missing the free throw. He's hit 14 of his last 15. He's 4th in the league in field goal percentage. That's not like Lou missing a free throw.
89% free throw shooter, but Dantley now with a switch hand dribble can't elude the switching defense. Goes to Wilkes. Boy, he's been playing great basketball. Takes it through, can't score. Here's a foul on the rebound.
There's the rebound. Bill Robinson going up. Adrian Dantley almost getting a hand on it. Jamal Wilkes making the second effort, and he got a big hand on Bill Robinson, who'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Robinson, a big guy out of DePaul in Chicago. They don't like him to shoot, really. They like him to get rebounds, and if he gets an offensive board, he can put it back up. But he opened the game with a turnaround jumper.
Cotton Fitzsimmons likes him on the inside, going after the offensive rebounds, like you said, and also working down low to try and get position. When he gets good position, he's tough with that ball on the inside.
Strong. Big guys losing some weight out there today, too. Been unusually warm in Kansas City. They've had a horrendous winter, but it must be up around 50 today. You brought that Los Angeles weather in here. Here comes Nixon up court. Robinson's back. Kings do a good job getting 5 people back to cordon off the lane, shut off the break and the penetration. Dantley gets hammered. The only way he'll stop him from getting his shot is to hammer.
Well, you hit it right on the nose. When Adrian Dantley gets that ball down low, as we mentioned, look at that beautiful handoff by Kareem. Looked like the old Statue of Liberty play. Dantley getting by Ford. Robinson coming over, picking up the foul. Cotton's still going after the officials over there. He better be careful. He picks up his second one. He's out of here.
Never lets up Cotton. He is, of course, from Missouri. Coached at Kansas State, then went to the Phoenix Suns, later the Atlanta Hawks, and the Buffalo Braves. After he spent some time at Golden State as head of personnel. This whole thing here has been a dream turnaround situation. 17-16. Kansas City with a 1-point lead. Otis Birdsong takes it inside. Now Lacey trailing to play against the ball. And Otis Birdsong with a nice arcing shot gives the Kings a 3-point lead.
No indication by Cotton there that he was pleased with that play, but he is.
19-16, 3:55 to go, first period. NBA basketball on CBS. Don Criqui with Keith Erickson, Kemper Arena, Kansas City. As Keith Wilkes heads to the basket. And Jerry West sees a call go against his Lakers.
And he's not very pleased with that play either. Calling Don Ford to come in here. Jamal Wilkes picked up that foul. Good defensive play by Darnell Hillman, cutting the baseline off down low.
Darnell Hillman kicks it outside to Ford. Wedman muscles his way, slaps the rebound free, gets it himself, and Wedman working harder, gets it up and gets it down. It's a 5-point lead for Kansas City.
Great work on the offensive boards by Scott Wedman and Darnell Hillman, keeping that ball alive 2 times before Wedman came up with that shot.
Nixon now cautioning, looking inside, waiting for somebody open. A long air ball is thrown up by Jamal Wilkes. He didn't give you many of those.
They've got a 5-on-4. Kareem is way back now. They should have a mismatch in here.
And Wilkes gets it. Here come the Lakers. It's 3-on-2 as Nixon fills the middle, leads off to Hudson. Back outside to Nixon. 18-shot shot. Here comes Birdsong. Leading the forward. Back to Birdsong. It is clean. It was not over and back. They played with the ball to the midcourt line, but they got it over just the one time. And the feedback pass was all right. So the Kings maintained possession. And the crowd here really is up.
You hear the crowd in the background reacting to the tremendous play by Phil Ford bringing the ball down the floor. As Otis Birdsong hit the jump shot from the outside. Kansas City coming back beautifully, only down by 7 now with 2:35 to go in the first quarter.
3 unidentified 19-inch color TV pictures, each the best of its brand. Over 1,000 people saw them and picked the one with the best overall picture. They didn't pick America's biggest seller, Zenith, or the second biggest, RCA. Over 60% picked the 19-inch Sylvania Superset. Over 60%. We're not the biggest, but a lot of people think we've got the best picture. The Sylvania Superset.
You know me as Mr. Goodwrench, the professional mechanic who cares about your GM car. But your participating GM dealer also has a Mr. Goodwrench who cares at the service write-up desk and in the parts department. We're all over the service department, just to be sure your GM car gets Mr. Goodwrench professional care.
You never had it so good.
Keep that great GM feeling
With Mr. Goodwrench.
That's us.
And genuine GM parts.
When people are out there looking for insurance, they're looking for a good, solid company they know is going to be around tomorrow. And they find that in State Farm. But they also have the State Farm agent who is going to be there in a very personal way, person-to-person contact, taking care of their individual needs. Whether it's life, home, health, or car, we're there.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Next Saturday on the new look CBS Sports Spectacular, you'll be at Daytona, Finland, Sweden, and at the Fight of the Week. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Here at Kansas City, we have 2 divisional leaders matched up. NBA basketball on CBS, the Kansas City Kings, who've opened up a 5-game lead over Denver in the Midwest Division, matched up against the Los Angeles Lakers, who last night went to the top of the Pacific Division as Houston beat Seattle 113-101 at Houston. So the Lakers right now atop the division as Don Ford is in the Los Angeles lineup. Kareem setting it outside. Norm Nixon takes a look. Kings playing a very nice switching defense. You get the ball inside, there's going to be more than one person on you very quickly. They're switching off. Kareem has not put up many shots. Score the hoop, says Hugh Hollins under the basket. Loose ball foul.
Loose ball foul on Adrian Dantley inside, trying to get offensive position on that jump shot by Kareem. The basket is good. Let's watch it again. As Kareem, now see if we can pick up Dantley down low. See him pushing Scott Wedman out of the play. Dantley's got tremendous power in his legs. Good call by the official right on top of the play.
Yeah, he was. Hugh Hollins, that ball was bouncing around the rim, had not gone down. Here is Wedman now, who is fouled on the loose ball. And the Lakers with 5 team fouls here in the first period, so the penalty is in effect now for the Kansas City free throw shooters. Wedman out of the University of Colorado, now in his 5th year in the NBA. 6'7", 230 pounds. He built himself up about 15 pounds of muscle in an off-season weight training program.
Cotton Fitzsimmons mentioned before the game that was going to be a big factor, the added weight that Wedman has, and that's why he was going to put him on Adrian Dantley.
Now Kareem turns around and arcs down the turnaround shot. The Lakers trailing by 5 as we're inside 2 minutes to go in the first period. 1:50 to play in it. A lot of hoops going up very quickly. Nobody needs a 24-second clock in this game as they're running down on gunning and shooting the ball off the break. The Kansas City Kings looking for their 10th victory in a row at home. They've already won 21 home games this season. All of last year, they won only 20. Loose ball, and Nixon picks it up. It was touched by a King. He gets it in backcourt. Hudson is free for a shot. Not very often is he going to miss those, and the ball is slapped over to Don Ford. Bad pass to Kareem. He threw it in, but it went to Otis Birdsong of Kansas City.
And again, Kansas City has a man advantage down here, coming up with the offensive rebound, and that's the reason Kareem didn't even get past half court coming back on defense that time. This is also another position that Cotton thinks he has an advantage, the matchup between Lou Hudson and Otis Birdsong.
Offensive foul on Adrian Dantley.
There's the play by Dantley, taking the ball to the basket.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
There's Dantley coming back on the rebound. Now watch him jump into Darnell Hillman. Adrian's body momentum carrying him into Hillman. Hillman backed up that time. The official called the offensive charge.
What did you think it was?
Tough to tell from that camera angle. And there were so many bodies in the way. Difficult call.
Dantley took some shots. Kenny Carr is getting set to come in now for the Los Angeles Lakers. Otis Birdsong on a turnaround bank shot, gets it down again with 25 seconds to play in the first period. 29-20.
A doubly tough shot with Kareem coming over, helping out on defense, jumping up, trying to block it. Birdsong with great concentration, banking it in.
The Lakers led 14-10, but since that point, they've been outscored 19-6 the rest of this first period. Ron Boone in the game fires. Lacey down the ball, 1 second. And a very hard contested first period comes to an end with the Los Angeles Lakers trailing the Kansas City Kings 29-20. The Kings moving out in front with a very aggressive inside game, getting the follow-up shots and subsequently the 9-point lead.
Introducing Hertz Takeoff Rates. Save up to 35% on the average weekday rental when you take off Thursday through Sunday for a minimum of 2 to 3 days. Take off in a subcompact for only $13.95 a day. Fairmont's $15.95. Granada $17.95. Thunderbird's $21.95 a day. All with no charge for mileage. There are some restrictions, so check with Hertz. Take off next weekend with Hertz low takeoff rates.
Flu can mean a lot of misery to a lot of people. If you get flu, see your doctor, rest, and take today's Dristan tablets. Dristan relieves twice as many flu miseries as time capsules or aspirin alone. Look, capsules help nasal congestion and sneezing, aspirin, aches, and fever. But Dristan has strong medicine for congestion, sneezing, aches, and fever. Today's Dristan relieves them all. Relieves twice as many flu miseries as capsules or aspirin alone. Have a better winter with Dristan.
Get that rhythm. Get that rhythm. Get ready. Shoot the ball. That's my man.
Okay, Gabe, get that rhythm down, Dave. Get that rhythm down. Get ready to shoot that ball.
Elvin Hayes and the NBA are volunteers for Special Olympics.
That's my man.
You can help a special athlete, too. Write Special Olympics, Washington, D.C.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association. Kansas City moving out quickly as the first quarter wore on. Really started to get it going. Looking at the scoring in the first quarter. A very balanced attack with Wedman doing a lot of good play, getting that rebound, then the second shot back up. That's been as much a deciding factor in the way this game has gone so far, Keith, as anything, is the way the Kings have gotten a second shot.
That's right. A very aggressive team. First quarter stats, the Lakers shooting 33% from the field, the Kings 46. Lakers 40% from the foul line, the Kings 71. Tom Burleson has come in now to guard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kenny Carr, big power forward out of North Carolina State, coming across the lane and throwing down a sweeping hook shot, drawing a foul on the play. There's the tallest player in the NBA, Tom Burleson.
About 7 feet 4 inches tall. Pretty big man out there.
256 pounds. Carr can't get the three-point play. Lakers down by 7, 29-22. Now they have Billy McKinney in the backcourt. The little guy from Northwestern came in as a free agent. Nixon's still in for the Lakers, so Norm Nixon's getting a full afternoon's work. First he has 4 to defend against. Now McKinney, who's just as fast. Kareem with good position inside against Burleson. Takes down the rebound. Kareem staying at the other end right now. Now he's coming up court.
Go ahead, Fitz, go.
Kenny Carr as Kareem sets a pick. Over to Nixon. Shot can't go. Rebound goes down to McKinney. Almost palming. Wedman ahead of the field. Gets down for a breakaway shot. And Kansas City again opens up a 9-point lead. Keith?
Heads up play by Kansas City. Very aggressive team. That's their mark this year. Cotton Fitzsimmons has them all over the floor, offensively and defensively.
And Wedman now leads Kansas City in scoring with 10 points. 10 of the 31. We are early in the second period. Kemper Arena, Kansas City, the LA Lakers. Norm Nixon takes it low. Carr is rejected hard by Darnell Hillman. Kareem throws up a shot that he had to put up because the 24-second clock was almost out. There's Dave Robish. Is getting set to come in now. 10 minutes and 26 seconds to play in the first half. Carr sweeps in, takes the defensive board, gets the ball to Nixon. He cuts in front of Darnell Hillman, and Hillman fouls him. Here's Robish coming in.
Big Dave Robish coming in. Very able replacement for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Jerry West gives Kareem several minutes below every game, and Dave Robish does a commendable job in there. Darnell Hillman made a bad foul that time in the backcourt. No reason at all to reach in and try and steal the ball from Norm Nixon. Almost impossible to do.
I believe Dave Robish looks like a 6'10" Hot Rod Hundley. They look a lot alike. There's Kareem on the bench. Kareem taking a breather. Birdsong has 10 points now for Kansas City also. As Norm Nixon's at the free throw line for the Lakers. They've had some problems getting that, but a good play by Robish tips it out. Carr angles it, can't get it down, and the big guy has the ball. Burleson gets it up court to McKinney. They come at you with one quick guard after another. Cotton Fitzsimmons alternating McKinney and Phil Ford. And always they keep the pressure on with that running game. Here comes Nixon, so very swift and quick with the ball. Alternating hands on the dribble. Boone pulls up, and the Lakers are shooting poorly at this point in the game.
Bob Boone would love to have a good game here in Kansas City. He played with these Kings last year.
Right. And of course you got Lucius Allen now, activated by Kansas City. He had a big game the other night in Chicago. Hit all 6 of his shots, finished with 14.
Bad pass by Norm Nixon, trying to lead Kenny Carr, coming down on the break. Overled him too much.
Right now, 9:29 left to play in the first half here at Kansas City. The Kings, as you see, are up 31-23, and we'll be back in a moment.
We love baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
You sure are getting behind Chevy's new midsize Malibu, America. And why not? It's got the right mileage estimates, the right size, the right feel, the right look, and the right room. And for a lot of folks, it's got the right name, too. Chevy Malibu. The 79 Chevy Malibu could be just right for you.
A fresh new slice of apple pie called Chevy Malibu.
Chasing bad guys is not so glamorous outside of the movies. You find you spend a lot of time on stakeouts eating cold pizza, and you'd rather be someplace else having a cold beer. For me, that'd be one of these. Light beer from Miller, just in case I gotta move fast. See, Light's got a third less calories than their regular beer, and it's less filling, and the taste is just great. Ain't that right, Muggsy?
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Ooh, I'm sorry. There's so much information in the yellow pages, you'll never be caught with your pants down. You'll even locate maps that are tailor-made to help you.
I see you right around the corner. Just hold still. Yes, all right. Yes, all right.
When you need to know who, what, where, when, and why, let your fingers do the walking through the Bell System Yellow Pages.
The greatest motion picture ever made. Vivian Leigh, Clark Gable, burning with the fury of the Civil War.
Don't, please.
The love story of all time. The passion, the splendor, the legend. Gone with the Wind. Sunday at 7, 6 Central. Followed by a special edition of 60 Minutes.
Well, the young ladies are boogieing here at Kansas City as the Kings, leaders in the Midwest Division, have now opened up a 31-23 lead over Los Angeles. We have 9:29 left to play in the first half. Otis, Birdsong, and Scott Wedman, each with 10 points for Kansas City so far in the game. McKinney gets the ball thrown back out to him, tries the low percentage long jumper, but the big guy, Burleson, gets a free ball.
That's a problem sometimes when you have two players on the same team going after the ball, but you can't fault them. Showing their aggressiveness, they bounced it over to Tom Burleson, went in wide open for that slam dunk.
Ron Boone gets it down low to Carr. They're going down to Carr. He's strong, but he's going through travel, going to the basket. Coach West looking on him passively, if not happily. At this juncture, Dantley leads the Lakers with 6 points so far in the game.
Cotton Fitzsimmons showing the confidence that he has in his bench. He relies on them heavily. Otis Birdsong, the only starter he has in the game. He expects these guys coming off the bench to do a good job. They usually do.
Here's a foul call inside.
Jimmy Price picked up the foul as Tom came across the lane. Let's see if we can pick up Jimmy Price. There's the big swipe. Grabbed Burleson's arm as he was going to swing that little hook shot through the lane. Birdsong going out of the game. Lucius Allen finally getting a chance here to show his own Los Angeles fans what he can do. This is Lucius' 5th game back.
Lucius coming in here to show him his power. He came from Wyandotte High School in Kansas City, was on a state championship team, of course played on 3 NCAA title teams at UCLA. Has an NBA championship ring from Milwaukee. Lucius Allen in there matched up against Ron Boone. Kings doing a good job keeping the inside blockaded. Having a lot of problems by the Lakers getting the ball down low. Ford pulls up for a long shot that he gets down, but the Lakers aren't getting those easy inside shots. Right now, Kareem is on the bench. Robish, Carr, Boone, Ford, and Price, some backup troops in the game for Los Angeles. Fight for the ball, but little Billy McKinney, smallest player on the floor, comes down with it. Fires away, and Carr clamps down the rebound. Lead pass to Price. Back to Carr. It's a charge.
That was a good call by the official, Hugh Holland, right underneath the basket. Darnell Hillman that time really got good position. Kenny Carr made up his mind a long way from the basket. He was taking it to the hoop. Darnell Hillman picked up on it, had good defensive position.
Los Angeles Lakers now looking to get back in the game, trying to force the turnover as Lucius Allen drives on Boone, took an extra step, no whistle, and he gets the basket down. And the Kings have their biggest lead, 12-point advantage.
Lucius Allen's been working out with the team since November and really just so excited to be back on this team right now. He's just like a young kid out here.
McKinney leads the break. Allen's on the left flank. McKinney's going to take it himself. He wants some of it.
That's where Kansas City is so strong. 14-point lead here. They play great defense down here, create the mistakes by the Lakers, and then take advantage on the offensive end.
Don Ford was fouled by Bob Nash of Kansas City. Don Ford heading hard to the basket through the foul.
Bill Robinson replaces Darnell Hillman.
Now Kareem comes back in the game. Kenny Carr comes out.
Jerry West realizing that he can't leave Kareem out of this game too long and let Kansas City get too big an advantage here just early in the ball game in the second quarter.
Don't hold loose. 42, wait!
Foul call underneath. Somebody's holding.
Lucius Allen was picked up for holding on to Ron Boone. Bernie Fryer, who called the foul, said, "Don't hold, Luce."
Inbounds, the Lakers go to Jim Price. Robish gets it low on a good assist from Price. And Dave Robish positioning himself, protecting the ball, getting the inside shot. The Lakers haven't had many of those, and they now come back to within 12. Los Angeles led 14-10 early in the game, and then the Kings started to run, and when they missed, they got the rebound in the second shot. And they subsequently built up a 14-point lead, which is now 12, 39-27. The Lakers have called a timeout, and we'll be back in a moment.
Welcome to our people-pleasing places. Meet our people-pleasing faces.
Holiday Inn hotels are #1 in the world with people-pleasing standards.
Everything's perfect.
And the most popular locations at resorts throughout the world, right where you can do the things you want to do.
Wherever you go in this whole big traveling world.
We want to make you comfortable.
Holiday Inn is #1 in people-pleasing.
If you know someone who's still spraying it, help them out. Get them to stick it with Menon Speed Stick. When you stick it, you get effective deodorant protection. Speed Stick is solid. Nothing's wasted. It's a lot more deodorant for your money. You can buy this 3-ounce can of the leading aerosol, use it up, buy another, use it up, and buy a third before you'd use up one 2.5-ounce Speed Stick. So if you know someone who's still spraying it, help them out. Get them to stick it with Menon Speed Stick.
A family is about to lose its home forever. Not the home on the left. Allstate Homeowners Insurance can pay to rebuild that house. The real disaster is on the right. The owner died before the mortgage was paid. Allstate Life has mortgage protection insurance to help give your family a debt-free home if you die. You need mortgage protection insurance, too. So your family won't lose its home, see your Allstate agent for both kinds of insurance. Make sure your home lives on. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Next week, you'll see in many parts of the country a rematch of last spring's NBA Championship Series, the Washington Bullets and Seattle. They'll be meeting up again at Seattle. And other parts of the country will be seeing the Chicago Bulls play the Kings here at Kansas City. That's next Sunday, NBA basketball. 39-27 here at Kemper Arena, Kansas City. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with people hawking front and back, gets his own rebound. Looks for Robish, loops it back into the big guy. Burleson's even bigger against him. Sky hook is coming. Kareem gets it again.
Foul was on the outside as Kareem was trying to take the ball to the basket. There you see Bill Robinson reaching inside again, getting a hold of Kareem's arm. Kareem followed through with that shot. Tom Burleson knocked it out of there. So Kareem will go to the line for 2.
Kareem comes into the game now with an average point production of 24.2, a 74% free throw shooter. In his 10th year from UCLA. Keith, how would you assess him as a player now as when you saw him when he first came up a decade ago?
Well, he's a little different now. He was much more aggressive, animated. He was, as a young player, he was all over the floor. He's taking it a little easier now, but he's turning it on more in the fourth quarter. So he's matured, taking advantage of what he's learned through his 10 years in the NBA.
Burleson can't go anywhere as the big man from the Lakers is right there to stop him. Bob Nash bouncing low to Hillman. He can go to the moon with a jump. But has the jackhammer touch oftentimes on his shot like that. And here come the Lakers down the floor with Ford getting it in the corner. Pitch and catch with Jim Price. And Ford starts down the baseline, runs right into a Kansas City King.
Is Don Ford. Watch Billy McKinney get over. Good position by McKinney before the contact is made. And there Don Ford runs into it.
It's a 10-point game, Kansas City. Kings with the ball. Lucius Allen will be called for an over and back. He can't even get to the ball. Boone gets it first.
Lucius made a bad play that time. He had a chance to pick up the ball. Instead, he decided to play defense. If he touched the ball in the backcourt, Lakers would have had it out of bounds and never would have had a 2-on-1 open jump shot like they did that time.
Burleson is down low. Rebound is taken down by Ron Boone. It's getting real rough inside. Has been throughout the game. We now have 5:26 left to play in the first half.
Now watch Tom Burleson as he takes this ball to the basket. Ron Boone swipes at him first time. Burleson never did have control of the ball. Here in his frustration, going after it again, grabs a hold of Ron Boone. In comparison, a very small man out there on the floor.
Big fella won't finesse you too much, but he works hard.
Works very hard. He gets a job done out there, but as you said, not a whole lot of finesse.
Ron Boone at the free throw line for the Lakers. Averaging just under 7 points a game. They thought he might be the off-the-ball guard they were going to need at Los Angeles.
I think they're a little disappointed because Ron hasn't scored as many points as they thought he was going to, and that's the reason that he has not been starting, that Lou Hudson has been.
Phil Ford should be well rested. He's been out for some time now, back in the game for Kansas City. Nixon tips it away, but Ford gets it back. Boy, I tell you, he doesn't see bigness. He just sees an open lane. Puts it up over Kareem.
That's a real play right there by that small man, only 6'2", taking it in on Kareem at 7'2". No hesitation. Here he comes again. Don Murphy's seen Phil Ford turn the ball over on that play.
No question he was palming the ball. That's been a criticism. A lot of people think he gets away with it a lot.
You said no question. What did Cotton say about that?
Cotton doesn't agree with a call against him yet. I don't think there's a coach that has. Cotton particularly. Cotton can chatter. He doesn't stop. Robish. No foul. Darnell Hillman gets the ball right to Ford. And the running game starts down. Ford pulls up.
Jerry West, I believe, is going to call a timeout here. He doesn't want to see Kansas City run off more than a 10-point lead here again in the second quarter.
So right now, with the LA Lakers down by 10 points, Jerry West wants to counsel his team with 4:36 to play in the first half.
Avis Super Saver rates. Special rates that save you money. Like our 7-day See America rate.
Look out, L.A.! Bye!
Or our special holiday rates.
We get to go to grandmother's house.
And on weekends, Avis Super Saver rates can save you up to 50% off our weekday rates.
50% off?
Up to 50%.
See you Monday.
Call our toll-free number or your travel consultant. Some restrictions do apply.
Magnavox is handing out money during the big Magnavox annual sale. Come in now for a great deal on these Magnavox touch-tune color TVs and get a rebate right on the spot. Save on decorator stereos, save on Magnavox component systems, and get a rebate right on the spot. And save even more on remote control special bonus offer. The most exciting Magnavox annual sale ever, because Magnavox is handing out money.
You're smiling and all the while your heart just pounds away. The training builds and ends on this fateful day. It's the Pepsi generation face to face at a frog jumping race. Come on, come on, come on and have a Pepsi day. Come on, come on, come on and taste the Pepsi way. Come on and have a Pepsi day.
Crisis in midair, an air traffic controller, thousands of lives in his hands, and there's a mad killer blocking the runway. Crisis in midair on the Tuesday night movie at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
Sam Lacey and the Kansas City Kings getting set to come back out to the playing floor as Jerry West sends out his Lakers, who are down at this point 43-33 with Keith Erickson. This is Don Criqui at Kemper Arena in Kansas City. The Kansas City Kings, a 5-game leader in the Midwest Division, against the Los Angeles Lakers, who come into this game leading the Pacific Division by a half game over Seattle. Of course, next week, many parts of the West Coast will be watching Washington at Seattle. And the other NBA regional broadcast next Sunday afternoon, the Chicago Bulls against the Kansas City Kings here at Kansas City. Lou Hudson in the game gives to Nixon. Nixon's got a lot of minutes against a couple of rested guards as Kansas City's been alternating people against him in Ford and McKinney. And here comes Phil Ford, cracking the fast breakdown court for Kansas City. The lead pass goes inside. Lacey has it tipped away. Kareem has it. Loops a pass to Dantley. Up court to Ford. Back to Dantley. Rejected by Darnell Hillman.
Phil Ford making a tremendous play trying to save that ball. Watch Don Ford give the ball back to Dantley. Now watch Darnell Hillman come over, block that shot. Beautiful block. Darnell Hillman really tough inside. Blocked one on Dave Robish before, again on Dantley right there.
He was a slam dunk champion a couple of years ago. He can get up in the air. Darnell Hillman. Here's Lou Hudson working off Kareem.
Offensive foul on Kareem, moving over on that pick, trying to pick off Otis Birdsong to give Lou Hudson that open jump shot.
Kareem has 2. Kansas City has already amassed 5 team fouls. That was only the second team foul on the Lakers here in the second period. Hillman takes a look forward on the outside. They've opened up the lane now. They've got Lacey outside trying to pull Kareem away from the boards. Perimeter offense. Ford fires up a shot. Kareem's in there alone. He guns the ball to Nixon. Ford's on the left flank. Lead. This time we're going to get a goaltend. Hillman's coming out of the rafters here.
You better believe it. Watch this pass by Norm Nixon. Saw perfectly Don Ford coming down on the fast break. Watch Darnell Hillman come over and block this ball. As it was on its way down, but a sensational block. Kareem was responsible for that fast break. A beautiful outlet pass.
Our producer here today is Tom O'Neill. Our director, Tony Verna. As the Lakers on offense, once again, Kareem coming up with the ball. Up court he goes to Nixon, quickly to Dantley.
Get out! Get out!
Lakers haven't been getting the roll, and Darnell Hillman's been giving the Kansas City Kings a lot of hard basketball. Lacey is called for a travel.
Sam Lacey lost control of that ball a little bit in here. Tried to get by Kareem. As he did, traveled in the lane.
Lakers were down by 14 at one point early in the second period. At the moment, they trail by an 8-point count, 43-35. Dantley looking inside to Kareem. Ford with the offensive rebound, right back out to Kareem. Don Ford hit one from the other side earlier, too much on that. Rebound to Birdsong. And Phil Ford comes down the floor, searches down the field. Decides his own number is the best guy to put it in the air, and he kicks it down.
Again, that was a beautiful fast break run by Phil Ford. Kareem was the last man down the floor again. He's going to have to get back. He's going to have to pick it up a little bit here.
This time Kareem comes down and scores. He now has 8 points for Los Angeles. And again, it's an 8-point game, Kansas City.
Phil Ford lost control of the ball that time. When a man handles the ball as much as he does, you expect him to lose control of the ball every now and then. Darnell Hillman, we've seen what a tremendous leaper he is. Dr. Dunk is his nickname in the NBA. He's replaced by Gus Gerard, and believe it or not, Gerard is the best leaper on that Kansas City team. He can get up, even better than Hillman, which is something else.
Gerard is in the game now. He just had the ball, get it back to Ford. Ford taking some tough shots on the outside, and here comes Nixon. We have 1:25 left to play. As you see the clock superimposed.
Again, offensive foul call on Norm Nixon. Phil Ford playing beautiful defense as we pick it up on the side. Now watch Phil Ford get over in position. That's a tough call to make right there. That's a judgment call by the official. Very tough. Looked like Nixon might have been there just a little bit before Ford that time. But here we are in Kansas City.
Gerard down low. Kareem takes the ball down and loses it. Armed off Kareem's foot apparently when he came down with the ball, so the Kings get possession.
That's the importance of having Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in there just underneath the basket. The intimidation by the big man kept Gus Gerard from hitting that layup. That's a 5-second count that time. That's pretty tough underneath. A lot of pressure by the Laker defense. Good defensive pressure.
Lakers can come back to it in 6 now if they hit a field goal. They've been missing the jump shot. Edmond very much given to them inside. Nixon pulls up. And Gerard is down with the defensive board for Kansas City. And here comes Otis Birdsong. There was Gerard muscling his way inside.
There you see the jumping ability of Gus Gerard. Had good offensive position. Don Ford gave it up in there. Man that jumps that well, you've got to keep him outside.
Kareem has trouble with Lacey. Lacey body checking him, keeping him outside. Kareem gets it back. Look at this. All right.
How about that play in the backcourt by the big man going against the smallest man on the floor? Phil Ford took it away from him. Surprise move. He jumped from out of nowhere. How can you not see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah, he almost knocked that backboard down, too. That thing's still swaying. Big guy got all of it when he set it down. It's now 47-39 game Kansas City. We come down the last 10 seconds of the first half. At halftime, you'll see a feature at home with Paul Westphal of the Phoenix Suns. Wedman free on the baseline. Gets a 12-foot jump shot. Wedman now has 12. And the first half ends with the Kansas City Kings in command of the game by a 10-point margin. 49-39 as Wedman led the way with 12 points, but overall team play was the real hallmark of this team.
Daddy, Marvin has something to tell you.
My 79 Chevy Monza wagon has more cargo room than any American sedan.
Marvin.
Even with the back seat up. And Monza is Chevrolet's lowest priced wagon.
Very nice.
Marvin.
Monza wagon has an impressive EPA mileage rating.
Marvin.
It has standard bucket seats, I Want to Marry Your Daughter, and white striped tires. Sir.
Oh, Marvin, he likes you.
The Miller people promised me a case of light beer if I could keep this ball spinning for the length of this commercial. Now, I'm not one to show off, but I do just about anything for a few light beers. You see, light's got a third less calories than the regular beer and it's less filling, so I can stay loose. But the thing I like best is the taste. And I believe at this time that somebody here owes me a case of that taste. Thanks a lot, boys. See you around.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hey, Charlie.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like you to try something.
Okay.
Hold out your hand.
Hey, what is that?
That's Track 2 shave cream, and that's another brand. Feel any difference?
The Track 2 feels heavier.
That's because the Track 2 is heavier. It's packed with moisturizers.
Moisturizers?
They help hold the moisture in your skin so your face feels good after you shave.
After I shave?
It'll feel soft and moisturized.
Great. Wait, what do I do now?
Shave.
Track 2, heavy with moisturizers.
Down the Columbia, the Willamette, the Siuslaw, from the great renewable forests, they come. Logs. Logs to build a better America. And Homelight is there. Homelight, the king. Rugged as the men who run it. Men who fell the mighty fir and see it rise again. When the time in your life comes to get a chainsaw, get the king. Homelight, the chainsaw king.
Basketball is everyone's game. Short folks, tall folks, girl folks, boy folks, young folks, all folks. Basketball is everyone's game. Basketball, it's your game. The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association.
Pete? Paul Westphal has picked up the nickname the Gamesman. As a friend and a former teammate, I was involved with Paul's game playing while on the road in the NBA. Hot Rod Hundley visited with him at his Phoenix home to get his reaction to being called the Gamesman.
The big explosion in the state of Arizona is the Phoenix Suns' Paul Westphal, all-star guard. But away from that game, he plays a lot of others. I want to invite you to come with me to the Westphal family home and just see how competitive he really is. He doesn't have a safari hat. He doesn't have an elephant out front. He plays games that you and I can play. What are you trying to do, blitz me?
Hey, Rod, what are you doing? Let me shoot the ball first, then talk, okay? Gotta hit this 8-ball in.
You always this competitive regardless of what you're playing?
No, I just have fun playing these games. I've kind of got a little more of an undeserved reputation as being a Bobby Riggs of this kind of stuff, but I'm not that good. I just like to play for fun with my friends.
There is a code of the West, the code of an athlete.
Well, the code of the West says a man's got to do what a man's got to do, but the athletic code says that if you're losing in a game, you never quit. You never let the guy go to bed. And if you're winning, you always give the loser a chance.
So let's play all night. Come on.
That's right, all night. Well, I've had real good experiences all my life with games. I think when I was real young, my dad would let me win at everything. And of course, I didn't know that he was letting me win, but the thing that I learned from that is that, first of all, I like to win, and second, you don't have to prove your manhood in playing a game with your little kid or somebody. You can play games just for fun, and you can also try everything you can to win when a game matters.
Then why do you shove your little daughter around when you're playing darts with her?
Hey, you weren't supposed to see that.
How about this invitational that you have? I would like to refer to it as a Paul Westphal Invitational. You invite a lot of your friends over, you play different games, you have a big tournament here during the summer.
Well, yeah, it's... I have a lot of friends from college and from high school and from previous pro experience. And we have maybe 12 guys over here and play tennis and pool, basketball even. we kind of just have about 3 days where we have fun, and it's really just an excuse to get everybody together again.
Just another excuse for you to win another tournament, right?
Yeah, see, if I get to be the tournament director, I can always manipulate it so I'm the champion.
Did you win it?
Absolutely. Ask Keith Erickson.
I imagine competing as a professional athlete for money and a livelihood gets to be a strain on you, and maybe the Paul Westphal Invitational is a lot of fun for you competing against friends.
Well, that's true. If you play professionally, you're going to get people mad at you sometimes, necessarily by the way you play, and I think when you play for fun with friends, you try just as hard to win, but you don't have to maybe play quite as rough or quite as mean, and it's more of a fun thing. But the only person who ever gets mad at me, like I said, when we play games is my wife. She just hates to see me win.
And Keith Erickson.
Well, you know, he's thrown a few backgammon boards. You know, he has quite a temper. You wouldn't know it by the way he acts on TV, but he's a disgrace.
You ever play any tournaments in ping pong?
No, not really.
Did you have this in the Paul Westphal Invitational, ping pong?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Who won it?
I did.
Well, you've become so versatile in every sport you play. You've been good, you've been a winner, and you've gotten the reputation of a gamesman, and apparently you don't like it.
Well, to me, that kind of...
something to tell you.
My 79 Chevy Monza wagon has more cargo room than any American sedan.
Marvin.
Even with the back seat up. And Monza is Chevrolet's lowest priced wagon.
Very nice.
Marvin.
Monza wagon has an impressive EPA mileage rating.
Marvin.
It has standard bucket seats, I Want to Marry Your Daughter, and white striped tires. Sir.
Oh, Marvin, he likes you.
The Miller people promised me a case of light beer if I could keep this ball spinning for the length of this commercial. Now, I'm not one to show off, but I do just about anything for a few light beers. You see, light's got a third less calories than the regular beer and it's less filling, so I can stay loose. But the thing I like best is the taste. And I believe at this time that somebody here owes me a case of that taste. Thanks a lot, boys. See you around.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hi, Charlie.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like you to try something.
Okay.
Hold out your hand.
Hey, what is that?
That's Track 2 shave cream, and that's another brand. Feel any difference?
The Track 2 feels heavier.
That's because the Track 2 is heavier. It's packed with moisturizers.
Moisturizers?
They help hold the moisture in your skin so your face feels good after you shave.
After I shave?
It'll feel soft and moisturized.
Great. Wait, what do I do now?
Shave.
Track 2, heavy with moisturizers.
Down the Columbia, the Willamette, the Siuslaw, from the great renewable forests, they come. Logs. Logs to build a better America. And Homelight is there. Homelight, the king. Rugged as the men who run it. Men who fell the mighty fir and see it rise again. When the time in your life comes to get a chainsaw, get the king. Homelight, the chainsaw king.
Basketball is everyone's game. Short folks, tall folks, girl folks, boy folks, young folks, all folks. Basketball is everyone's game. Basketball, it's your game. The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association.
Pete? Paul Westfall has picked up the nickname The Gamesman. As a friend and a former teammate, I was involved with Paul's game playing while on the road in the NBA. Hot Rod Hundley visited with him at his Phoenix home to get his reaction to being called The Gamesman.
The big explosion in the state of Arizona is the Phoenix Suns' Paul Westfall, all-star guard. But away from that game, he plays a lot of others. I want to invite you to come with me to the Westfall family home and just see how competitive he really is. He doesn't have a safari hat. He doesn't have an elephant out front. He plays games that you and I can play. What are you trying to do, blitz me?
Hey, Rod, what are you doing? Let me shoot the ball first, then talk, okay? Got to hit this 8-ball in.
You always this competitive regardless of what you're playing?
No, I just have fun playing these games. I've kind of got a little more of an undeserved reputation as being a Bobby Riggs of this kind of stuff, but I'm not that good. I just like to play for fun with my friends.
There is a code of the West, the code of an athlete.
Well, the code of the West says a man's got to do what a man's got to do, but the athletic code says that if you're losing in a game, you never quit. You never let the guy go to bed. And if you're winning, you always give the loser a chance.
So let's play all night. Come on.
That's right, all night. Well, I've had real good experiences all my life with games. I think when I was real young, my dad would let me win at everything. And of course, I didn't know he was letting me win, but the thing that I learned from that is that, first of all, I like to win, and second, you don't have to prove your manhood in playing a game with your little kid or somebody. You can play games just for fun, and you can also try everything you can to win when a game matters.
Then why do you shove your little daughter around when you're playing darts with her?
Hey, you weren't supposed to see that.
How about this invitational that you have? I would like to refer to it as the Paul Westfall Invitational. You invite a lot of your friends over, you play different games, you have a big tournament here during the summer.
Well, yeah, it's I have a lot of friends from college and from high school and from previous pro experience. And we have maybe 12 guys over here and play tennis and pool, basketball even. we kind of just have about 3 days where we have fun, and it's really just an excuse to get everybody together again.
This is no excuse for you to win another tournament, right?
Yeah, see, if I get to be the tournament director, I can always manipulate it so I'm the champion.
Did you win it?
Absolutely. Ask Keith Erickson.
I imagine competing as a professional athlete for money and a livelihood gets to be a strain on you, and maybe the Paul Westphal Invitational is a lot of fun for you competing against friends.
Well, that's true. If you play professionally, you're going to get people mad at you sometimes, necessarily by the way you play, and I think when you play for fun with friends, you try just as hard to win, but you don't have to maybe play quite as rough or quite as mean, and it's more of a fun thing. But the only person who ever gets mad at me, like I said, when we play games is my wife. She just hates to see me win.
And Keith Erickson.
Well, you know, he's thrown a few backgammon boards. You know, he has quite a temper. You wouldn't know it by the way he acts on TV, but he's a disgrace.
You ever play any tournaments in ping pong?
No, not really.
Did you have this in the Paul Westphal Invitational ping pong?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Who won it?
I did.
Well, you've become so versatile in every sport you play. You've been good, you've been a winner, and you've gotten the reputation of a gamesman, and apparently you don't like it.
Well, to me, that connotates a little bit of this Bobby Riggs, try to win money off people and, you know, sucker them into a bad bet or something. I just really play for fun. I think it kind of got started mostly because people needed something to write about, and I don't have a nickname.
Have you ever lost in competition in sports and enjoyed it?
Sure. You know, I could give you the old answer that if you do your best and lose, you're just as happy. But the time I was really happy was I was playing with Cindy, and it was a card game, and she completely didn't try to win. All she tried to do was make sure that I didn't win. And I had a great time that day. I mean, she just sabotaged every move.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? This is Paul's lovely wife, Cindy, and his daughter, Tori. And Cindy, does Paul ever let you play in these tournaments he has during the summer?
Well, I was invited to be in his Paul Westphal Invitational, but he eliminated me in the first round.
Well, he is so competitive in everything he does. Does this interfere with your home life?
It really doesn't interfere at all. It's just purely for fun.
I'm going to make it this time.
There it is.
Take that, Westphal.
The NBA on CBS will continue after this word from your local station.
Crisis in midair. An air traffic controller, thousands of lives in his hands, and there's a mad killer blocking the runway. Crisis in midair on the Tuesday night movie at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
This is CBS.
At the conclusion of today's game, and each of our NBA telecasts during the season will be selecting the Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the Game. In conjunction with this award, Chevrolet will present a check for $1,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of the Players College or University. Any student may be eligible to benefit from these scholarship funds. Today's winner will be announced at the end of the telecast. Keith Erickson and you and I will be voting for the MVP. Should we disagree, our producer, Tom O'Neill, will cast the deciding vote. Here at halftime, the Los Angeles Lakers are trailing 49-39. The Kansas City Kings, a 5-game leader in the Midwest Division, really keeping pressure on, Keith.
Well, they're like a family of bees coming at you. They just swarm all over you. And that's really the style that Cotton Fitzsimmons wants his men to play. And it's not just the first 5, it's all 11 men. Lakers are really going to have to be cognizant of keeping the Kansas City Kings off the boards. That's where they start everything. They go to the boards offensively and defensively very strongly.
not just the fast break. The Kings do a great job of cordoning off the lane. They don't give you anything inside. Kareem's been shooting from the outside. Those are the only shots he's been getting.
That's right. And the Kings really take advantage of the tremendous team defense they play. If one guy gets by, you've got 2 or 3 men helping. And when they help out, get a hand on the ball, then they take it the other way. They take advantage of the mistakes that they create out there.
Looking now at some of the divisional races, we see the Atlantic Division. Washington, the defending league champion, in command there. Most people assess Washington, I think, Keith, as being the best team in the league. But Philadelphia beat them today.
Well, there doesn't seem to be much question that Washington is the best team in basketball right now. But Philadelphia is very capable, as evidenced by their win today.
Now we go to the Central Division. That's real tight. Houston, San Antonio, even Atlanta, all contending for the top spot there.
Well, Houston has been playing awfully well. San Antonio's got a great basketball team. When they're shooting the way they're capable of, they can beat anybody in the league.
Then we come to the very surprising Midwest Division, where these Kansas City Kings, picked to finish last again, have rocketed to the top, have command of the division right now. And Denver, they're really much a team in question, I think, Keith Erickson. They've had a coaching change, and they were beaten today by 39 points at Milwaukee.
Well, they're really having some problems. And what a turnaround, as you mentioned, Kansas City finishing last year in this Midwest Division, 17 games behind the Denver Nuggets. This year, 5 games ahead of them.
Then we go out to the Pacific Division. You could have as many as 4 or 5 teams, 4 anyway, that are going to go to the playoffs in that division. It's the winningest division in the league. And the Lakers come into this game, as we've mentioned, with a half-game lead over Seattle. The Sonics losing last night at Houston. Phoenix is tough, though, and Portland started to come out. They're over 500 now.
Portland playing a lot of games at home. They're tied with the Lakers for the best home record in the league, so they're always tough at home. As you said, the toughest division in basketball. As we look at the West here, Los Angeles, Seattle, Kansas City, Phoenix, Denver, and Portland right now. But that last spot is really up for question, up for grabs. Portland, Golden State, San Diego, really having a dogfight for that last spot.
Things turn around quickly in this league. Last year at this time, Portland led the Lakers by 17 games at the same point in the season. Now look, we'll be back in a moment.
Who do you share the power with? The power of Vitalis Super Hold, the pump.
With Tom every morning.
I share it with Jill.
We share the power of the pump. Vitalis Super Hold. The pump keeps our hair looking terrific. Why should women settle for less power when they can get the holding power of the pump? It can hold longer than the leading men's aerosol.
Come on, it's better when you share.
Get the pump, Vitalis Super Hold, and share the power.
To drive through dirt and dust, good filters are a must. You can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
We're glad I installed new AC air and oil filters before we get into this mess.
I bet AC helps protect those babies too, huh, Dad?
If they're smart.
George!
Oh!
So when you gotta go, we're the name to know. You can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
Port of call, Caribbean. The Navy. See your local recruiter or call toll-free. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Hi, I'm David Thompson of the Denver Nuggets. And I'm a long way from NBA action. Here in Africa, like a lot of places around the world, the Peace Corps is alive and well, helping people in need. People went out of their way to help me when I was a kid. And that's what the Peace Corps is asking you to do. Help someone and you'll help yourself. Join the Peace Corps.
This message is brought to you by the Ad Council in cooperation with the NBA.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association. The NBA on CBS is sponsored by Lowenbrau Light Special and Dark Special when it's time for the taste of a truly great beer. Pan Am, the airline that flies the world the way the world wants to fly. And by new Ultrex from Schick Super 2, the twin blade with one push cleaning, fits Track 2 and Atra razors.
Back back at Kemper Arena, Kansas City. This is Don Criqui with Keith Erickson. First half statistics. The LA Lakers did not shoot well from the floor. They didn't get that many good shots, 37%. Kansas City put up a lot more shots, hit 44%, but has taken a commanding 49-39 lead at this point. Looking at the rebounds, even, believe it or not, 28-28. You would think that Kansas City had more, particularly off the offensive board, but all 6 of them, I think, went right back up for points. And the turnovers, not too much of a factor. Kareem with 10 points now. Dantley with 6, had trouble hitting his outside shot. Nixon with a lot of playing time with 5 points, but he's been worn down defending against the lightning-quick Phil Ford and also Billy McKinney. They've been coming at him in alternate, while Nixon's been going most of the way himself. Wedman leads the way along with Birdsong for Kansas City in scoring, 12 and 10 points. But this is an aggressive together team, Keith.
Well, they sure are. They're, as we just mentioned, all over the floor. Lakers really having problem. They're the #1 field goal shooting team in the NBA at 523. Today only shooting 37%. And you've got to give credit to the Kansas City defense for that.
That's right. Interesting point, because the Lakers at 523 shooting percentage as a team through the entire season. If they maintain that pace, they'd set a new NBA all-time record for a team. But they haven't been getting the percentages here today. Next week, regional action on CBS. The Washington Bullets, the Seattle Supersonics at Seattle. A rematch of the two teams who played off for the NBA title last spring. And Chicago plays at Kansas City. Check your local listings for the game in your area. The Kansas City Kings on the playing floor, back and set to go now as they hold to a 49-39 lead. Wedman with 12, Birdsong with 10. Phil Ford scored 8. Hit only 4 of 11 shots. He started to fire from the outside. But every time they have possession of the ball, the Kings keep the pressure on. They're ready to run. If 5 men back against him, Ford will try to come down against you and get it inside against the 5-man defense.
Well, they pressure beautifully. Lakers had a very, very poor first half, only 39 points. I can't remember when they shot that poorly and scored that few points. They're really going to have to get themselves together, really work the ball. I think that the key when a team is pressuring you on defense like that is not handling the ball a lot, not dribbling it a lot, it's passing it. Crisp passes around the perimeter. Try to get the ball inside, movement inside, try and get some easy shots. Get your percentage up.
Keep going, huh?
All right. Keep that music going here at Kansas City. They've had it all season long. They took over first place in the Midwest Division on November 15th. They've held it for the 3 months since. Talk about the importance of Phil Ford to the franchise, tying it all together. They say not only he made the team a winner, he might have saved basketball in Kansas City.
That's putting a lot of pressure on those young shoulders, isn't it?
It
He's
is.
doing a great job.
This team now drawing is going to set an all-time attendance record for the franchise. Dantley with Wedman against him. Hudson working hard, lots of motion inside. Jamal Wilkes, who sat out most of the second period, can't get the shot down. Lacey goes to Ford. Here he comes on the run.
That's how smart that Phil Ford is. He came down with the ball down the center. He had 2 men to pass the ball to, Bill Robenzine and Otis Birdsong, and he picked the shooter of the 2 and got the 2 points.
Robenzine playing defense, shouting out, "Talk to me." He wants to hear his teammates tell him what's behind him if he's going to be picked off on a drive by Hudson. Now Wedman comes up with the ball. 51-39 lead. Lakers down by 12. Birdsong. Kareem with the rebound. Here comes Nixon, still in the middle. Going on the left flank is Jamal Wilkes. That's on Ford, has to be.
That's very similar to the play we saw in the first half when Phil Ford was able to pick up the offensive charge on Norm Nixon. That time Ford wasn't completely in front of him, was not set.
Nixon working hard. Dantley off the offensive board, right back up. He's rejected and also fouled on the play. Lakers have some tough scheduling on the road coming up. Go to Cleveland to play Tuesday night. They're at Milwaukee Friday night, at Indiana Sunday. Then they're home next to go against Golden State at the Forum on Tuesday, February 20th. Tough to win on the road in this league.
Very tough. Lakers been having good success, though. They're the 5th best record in the NBA this year on the road. 13 wins and 15 losses.
And the Kings have been a good road team. They're 6th best, even with a 12-14 record.
Yes, they are. Playing great basketball. Last year, they only won 9 games on the road all year. This year, they've won 12 already.
Dantley with 8 points, and the Lakers back to within 10. Here's Wedman. Gets a free shot on Jamal Wilkes. Drives it down. Wedman, the leading scorer in the game with 14 points for Kansas City.
I think the key for the Lakers, Don, is getting everybody involved, and Jamal Wilkes is certainly one of the most important offensive players on the Laker team. He only had 2 points in the first half, sat out most of it with 3 fouls.
The sky hook.
Foul is called on Norm Nixon of the Lakers.
Down and through.
Phil Ford coming down, coming right back at Norm Nixon. Norm Nixon laying that body on him a little bit. Ford forcing the shot up there, but he got the foul on Nixon. He'll go to the line for 2.
Phil Ford was the college basketball player of the year last season at the University of North Carolina. He is a 3-time All-American there. Twice he was voted the Athlete of the Year in the Atlantic Coast Conference. They say he's 6'2", he's not that tall. Out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
What a remarkable young athlete, Don. As soon as he came into this team, he was recognized as the leader, not only on the floor, but off the floor.
He said he didn't want to come to Kansas City because he wanted to play for a winner. Well, he decided to come to Kansas City, and they are a winner. Big one. Wedman's been murder off the baseline. He's just been pulling up, waiting for the little guys to get on the ball, and then he throws it down.
That's exactly what Phil Ford does so beautifully. Drove the middle that time, drew about 3 men to him. Scott Wedman was one of 3 men wide open for that jumper. As Lou Hudson retaliates.
Sweet Lou Hudson. LA Lakers, 57-45. Kansas City in the lead, 9:42 left to play, third period at Kemper Arena. The Lakers call a timeout now. Jerry West is up protesting the officials.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Hello, Constable. Hi, Dad. I heard a rumor you finally passed the bar exam. Yeah. Congratulations. Frank will have the prime ribs and a couple of Lowenbrow. Prime ribs? Lowenbrow? What are you doing? Buying dinner for the guy who put me through Boston.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Just the good friends.
Good
friends.
Because we fly the world every day, we've learned what the world wants from an airline. They want attention, and they want to be left alone. They want a tradition of experience and a lot of young ideas. Pan Am.
We fly the world the way the world wants to fly.
Attention Track 2 users, attention Aptra users. Get ready for really clean shaving. Introducing Ultrex from Schick Super 2, the only twin blades with one push cleaning. Watch, one push pushes out soap and stubble for a clean start on really close shaves. Look, Ultrex slides on Track 2 razors, clicks on Aptra razors. Get new Ultrex with one push cleaning. Only Schick Super 2 Ultrex has one push cleaning.
Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern Time, it is the New Look CBS Sports Spectacular, featuring highlights of the Daytona 500, qualifications for the pole position. The race will be televised live on Sunday, February 18th. The World Powerlifting Championships, Part 1. Highlights to be televised in World Cup skiing from Åre, Sweden. And you'll see the great Ingemar Stenmark going against people like Phil Mayer of White Pass, Washington, who's come to the very foremost position in World Cup skiing. They think he's as good as anybody in the overall events right now. That's next Saturday, the New Look CBS Sports Spectacular. Here at Kansas City, it is the Lakers and the Kings. Los Angeles trailing 57-45, 9:42 to play third period. Lou Hudson and Norm Nixon work in the back line of Los Angeles. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Adrian Dantley, and Jamal Wilkes up front. They're set to the right of the lane. Trying to work plays down, no. Kansas City helping out on defense. Switching off, Wilkes gets a free shot.
That's only his 4th point of the ball game, Don. He's really going to have to start concentrating more on offense to bring the Lakers back in this game.
And he comes in averaging over 18 a game for the Lakers. Lacey feeding low. Good block from behind by Hudson, but they call a whistle. Lower whistle. Foul.
There's a nice pass from Sam Lacey. Heads up pass inside. Looked like Hudson got all the ball that time, but it looked like his body Down low, might have bumped him a little bit on that play. This is the matchup that Cotton Fitzsimmons was feeling that one of the two keys in the game today. Lou Hudson giving up a lot of age to the young Otis Birdsong. The other one was Adrian Dantley being guarded by Scott Wedman inside.
Birdsong was the #1 player drafted in the NBA last year out of Houston. Marcus Johnson went to Milwaukee after that. Birdsong was good last year. He's been much better this year playing with Ford. Here's Kareem getting inside to slam it down. 14 points for the big man from Los Angeles. A 10-point lead, Kansas City.
You won't see Sam Lacey give up that position to Kareem very often. Beautiful pass from the outside. Had to be just perfect in order for Kareem to get it and take it to the basket.
Birdsong is a lot like Westwell. He works and runs and digs without the ball. He knows if he gets free, they'll get it to him. This time Robinson, when he drops off him, he gets the free shot. He has 5 points.
And that's the reason that Robinson is the #8 field goal shooter in the league. He only takes that percentage shot.
Kareem tries to arc it in tight to Jamal Wilkes, slapped away by Kansas City. Lacey giving away height to Kareem, Abdul-Jabbar, but using his body to check him. Lacey doesn't even try to go up with him, he just tries to bump him when he goes up.
That's right. Trying to force Kareem out just a little bit farther than he likes on that sky hook of his, that patented hook shot by Kareem. Lacey was called for the foul with that little body push.
Talking to one of our other analysts, Keith, John Havlicek, he was always great at defending against much bigger players. And he said the one key to defending against a bigger player, you've got to take them out of position. Body check him, keep him out from inside, make him play a step farther out than they like to be, and throws their whole game off.
John Havlicek, he had the luxury of using a half Nelson all the time and never getting called for it.
Him and Cowens, huh?
That's right.
Birdsong gets a second try, and Kareem gets it out. Here comes Nixon. See that Wedman come over and stop the block off the baseline of the court. Now, Wilkes starts to hit for the Lakers. He has 6 points.
That's the Jamal Wilkes that Jerry West is used to seeing out there, knocking those jump shots down, scoring some points.
Lead goes to Hudson. Jamal Wilkes head faking. Comes up with the ball. Shot clock goes back to 24, so they have time to work. All of a sudden, Wilkes is starting to fill it up.
Yeah, he's starting to get that feeling out there, and that's a good sign for the Lakers. He can really knock it down when he gets going.
7-point game. Wedman, who's been so tough for Kansas City, coming on the jump shot off the run. He has 18 points. And again, the Kings extend their lead to 9. 7 minutes left to go in the third period. The coaching triumvirate of Los Angeles, Jack McCloskey, Stan Albeck, along with Jerry West looking on, shouting out instructions. And so, they're going to score the goal. Dantley gets it. When we come back, he'll shoot a free throw. As with 6:53 left to play,
You're feeling good about yourself, the way you should about yourself.
You're feeling good about yourself, and it shows. You're drinking 1-calorie Diet Pepsi Cola, the taste that's changing the taste of America.
And you're drinking Diet Pepsi. Yeah, you're drinking Diet Pepsi, and it shows.
Chevrolet invites you to think of yourself in a new Monte Carlo. Think of yourself surrounded by crisp, sculptured lines. Think of yourself enjoying the very real pleasures of owning a Monte Carlo. Think of yourself surrounded with personal luxury, quiet comfort, and a surprising amount of room. And when you've thought about it, come drive one and put a little distance between yourself and the crowd.
Broadway star Shelley Bruce for Color Track by RCA.
As Orphan Annie, my curls are auburn, my dress is bright red, and my dog is sandy brown. If these colors don't look right, see the 1979 Color Track. Getting the color right is what it's all about. And now, with channel lock tuning, it tracks the color more automatically than ever.
Before you see the color track system grabs it, aligns it, defines it, sharpens it, tones it, and locks the color on track.
RCA is making television better and better.
Wednesday, Dolly Parton and Carol Burnett send a brand new Valentine's Day card from the Grand Ole Opry. It's Dolly and Carol in Nashville, Wednesday at 10, 9 Central and Mountain.
That's how it stands here at Kemper Arena, Kansas City. The Kings with a 10-point lead at the half. It is now 9 with 6:53 left to play in the third period. Lakers trying to get the ball down low. They started to get some more jump shots. They started to hit some more. They had a lot of trouble in the first half getting the free shot off the baseline of the court, but Jamal Wilkes has hit 3 jumpers in this quarter. Seems when they do start to pull close, though, Kings come down flying, get that score off the break. Now Adrian Dantley's at the free throw line, scored prior to the timeout. Wedman, the top producer in the game, with 18 points. Kansas City.
Lakers have been having a lot of success so far in the third quarter, going to the free throw line. Kings been called 4 times so far in the third period. Next one will put Los Angeles into the bonus situation.
It is now 63-57. And again, the Kings working hard, have somebody down ahead of the Lakers, and it's Otis Birdsong.
Lakers putting on a trapping pressure defense that time, 3/4 of the court. Nobody back.
Dantley is fouled by Robinson, and very obviously Robinson doesn't think so.
That's a nice goal, Don. That's a beautiful pass over the top to Adrian Dantley. Now watch Robinson. He hasn't been hit so far. Looked like it was a pretty darn good block from our angle. Robinson going after the official, Don Murphy, venting his anger on that call. Cotton Fitzsimmons standing up as usual on the play.
There's Cotton. He's got his Phi Beta Kappa chain on there.
Dantley going to the free throw line again. Jamal Wilkes, who was only 1 for 4 in the first half, is already 3 out of 5 here in the third quarter.
Dantley, in his third year, signed professionally after his junior year at Notre Dame. He's with his third team also, Buffalo, Indiana, now the LA Lakers. Sam Lacey starts to the basket, took extra steps, and Nixon outruns everybody to the ball. Norm Nixon, who was the last player drafted on the first round of the NBA draft a year ago. Hudson didn't have enough on it, tipped out of bounds by Hillman. It's a basketball game again. The Lakers slowly weaving their way back into the game, are down by 6 now.
Lou Hudson having a tough time in these, like I said, the last 3 games. This is his 4th since the All-Star break.
Boy, there's a tough play. First he eluded Phil Ford with a head and body fake. Then he put a big guy in there with a pump fake. And Norm Nixon brings the Lakers to within 4 points.
Nixon playing with tremendous confidence. Don, I think he's the premier guard in the league, bringing the ball down on the fast break. Really playing beautiful basketball.
Well, Jerry West shares that thing. Darnell Hillman, who doesn't hit too many from the outside, gets one there. And again, it's a 6-point lead for Kansas City. We have 5:40 to play in the third period. Down low to Kareem. A look and a fake. And Hillman is all alone, blocking out, taking the defensive board. Here comes Ford. Well, I tell you, Ford caught the Lakers looking the other way, went back door. Dantley's called for a palming violation.
Jerry West dropping his head in disgust on that play. Lakers had a big opportunity, big chance to take advantage of that missed layup by Phil Ford. Phil Ford had a tough shot down there. Kareem was coming to him. That's intimidation by the big man.
Kareem doing a big job now, coming on for the Los Angeles Lakers. Takes the rebound away from Wedman. Nixon is free. Gets it again. Norm Nixon popping consecutive jump shots. Last 2 scores for Los Angeles. Again, it's a 4-point game, Kansas City.
Norm Nixon playing great basketball. Only his 2nd year in the league, Don. Just playing like he's an all-pro.
5 points so far. Otis Birdsong Birdsong now has his 18th point up. He's settling down a little bit now, working more pattern ball. This time, Nixon can't get it to work. Takes it back inside, feeds to Dantley, fouled by Wedman. A very obvious foul. What is this?
Now there's a technical call on Sam Lacey that time. Lacey really going after Bernie Fryer after he made that call on Scott Wedman inside. It looked to me from the angle where we're sitting, Don, that it was a beautiful block by Wedman. Perfect timing from behind. Let's see the pass from Norm Nixon down inside to Dantley. Now watch him wait for Dantley to go up. Now look at him block that ball.
Well, they got him on the head.
Could have had a little bit of body on him, but boy, it sure looked good up on the ball.
Lou Hudson hits the free throw. And now Adrian Dantley goes to the free throw line. Kings are over the limit in the third period. They have 5 team fouls. The Lakers only 2 with 4:13 to play. So he has 3 chances to make 2, does Dantley. Adrian Dantley with 14 points. The Lakers can come to within 3 if he hits this one. You see Cotton elucidating on the situation.
He's not talking again, is he?
No. Lakers with an advantage now, having only 2 team fouls, while the Kings are over the limit. Lacey shoots. They don't like him doing it. They have to work. That's his second one from the outside today.
That's not your typical play the Kansas City Kings would run. Sam Lacey from the outside, especially with Kareem coming out at him. That was a very tough shot.
71-66, Kansas City in the lead. Jamal Wilkes looks inside. Kareem coming outside, picking for him. Wilkes from 18 feet behind it. Rebound to Hudson.
And last time Kansas City had great rebounding position on the inside. The ball bounced way out back to the Lakers.
Kareem looking at the official. He thought he was body checked by Lacey. Back down low to Kareem. And Wedman powers his way inside, rips off defensive rebounds, and gets the ball up to Ford. Boy, Wedman looks like Tom Janovich shooting off the run on that jump shot.
That's what Kansas City is just waiting for Phil Ford to bring the ball down and to penetrate and to draw 1 or 2 defensive men to him and dish it back off to the open man on the outside. And it's been Scott Wedman. He's really knocking it down.
And Phil Ford, Keith, has already credited for 12 assists in this game. It is 73-66 Kansas City, and we'll be back at Kemper Arena in a moment.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special. The beer will
Brown. What's all this?
Compliments of the gentleman at the bar, sir.
So tonight.
That is no gentleman. That's Tom Grant. Tom, I don't believe it.
What's it been, 5 years?
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Somebody's got to say it, you two. Here's to good friends.
All right.
From the top man right down to the bottom man. It just passes right down the line. Everybody pushes for quality.
Willie Rawls, utility man. This is who we are and what we do at General Motors.
My job is to replace any absentees. I'm here, there, all over the plant. Yeah, you're not tied down to one job all the time. You're around different jobs. Metal finishing, welding, soldering. But soldering, I think I enjoy soldering more than any other job I've done because there's a lot of skill in that. Yeah, the fellas keep something going all the time. It's never dull around there. Yeah, they get along very good. Yeah, union's good. Yeah, the people on the line, they have a lot of interest in the car. If I go out to buy a car, that's where I go, looking for a General Motors car. Because I'm right there in the plant and I see how they're built, see the quality that goes into them.
General Motors, people building transportation to serve people.
NBA Regional Basketball next Sunday. The Washington Bullets at Seattle, 1 game. The other, Chicago, going against the Kansas City Kings here at Kemper Arena, Kansas City. With Keith Erickson, this is Don Crickey as the Los Angeles Lakers come back on the playing floor. They had the lead down to 3 points, and now it's back up to 9. 73 are back up to 7, 73-66. Dave Robish comes in the game for Los Angeles. Kareem is staying in the game. Jamal Wilkes is in with him in the backcourt. Hudson and Nixon.
Don, we knew we were going to have a tremendous matchup between Ford and Nixon. Phil Ford has 8 assists in this quarter already, 12 for the game. Norm Nixon has 8 assists for the ball game himself.
Foul on Lacey. Boy, Lacey is 6'10". He looks like a guard next to the big guy.
He really does. Kareem is a lot taller, 7'2", as opposed to the 6'10". This is going to hurt Kansas City being in the penalty situation. Lakers have gone to the free throw line quite a few more times here in the third quarter than Kansas City has.
Kings have shot very well, Keith, from the free throw line. They're 9 of 10 from there. Lakers equally well. Kareem knocks it down. Los Angeles has only missed 1 free throw. They have 11 points from the free throw line. 2:54 left to play third period. Norm Nixon glove tight on Ford, who's looking to hit that open man. Birdsong swinging off the baseline of the court, coming outside. Burleson back in the game. Firing an errant hook at best. And here is a loop pass going to Hudson. Couldn't take it himself. Not enough there. And nobody in to rebound except white-shirted Kansas City King. Nixon, what hands? Beat Birdsong to the basketball.
Oh, he's a great player. Great hustle on that play. First, Lou Hudson got a hand on the ball. Norm Nixon came back to pick up the deflected pass.
And again, the Lakers are back to within 3 at 73-70. We're down to 2:15 to play, third period. Down low, ball slapped around, foul on Hudson. Hit Birdsong. Third team foul of the period against Los Angeles. Kings have been over the limit for some time as Ron Boone comes back into the game for the LA Lakers. Kareem comes down with the rebound. A couple of chances again for Kansas City. Lakers can come to within 1. Nixon working inside with the ball. Feeds it off to Ron Boone. Wilkes is free. And the rebound boinging right back out to Darnell Hillman, who thinks somebody hit him.
He turned around to voice his opinion to Hugh Hollins, and you see what he got for voicing it. Picked up a technical foul. As Cotton is not taking that too well. Jerry West has no reaction whatsoever. Cotton Fitzsimmons was up from his position down on the floor. Jerry's still not giving a reaction.
Coach West happy to see this development, I believe. What do we have here now?
Well, Darnell Hillman still talking to Hugh Hollins down here. If he doesn't back off, he's going to pick up his second one right away, be out of this ball game quickly.
Folks getting a little ornery here in Kansas City. 73-71. The Lakers, who trailed by 14 points, have now come back to within 2. They were down by 10 at the half, down by 14 in the second period.
This has been the Lakers' pattern of late. They've been giving up a lot of points in the first half, trailing quite a bit, and then the second half really playing great basketball, tightening up all over the place.
One thing Ford doesn't have is the great jump shot. Here's Kareem. Fouled hard by Darnell Hillman. But he'll go to the line with 3 chances to make 2.
Darnell Hillman wanted that block. I'll tell you, look how high above the basket he was.
It's unbelievable.
What a tremendous leaper he is.
He can get his head over the rim. They say he's only 6'6" if he cuts his throw down. Rims that throw. He's actually about 6'8". But boy, he is some great jumper.
That was a tremendous confrontation way above the basket that time. That hoop is 10 feet above the floor. Watch Darnell Hillman as he jumps. Look how high above the rim he is. At least elbows above the rim, and Kareem likewise. What a beautiful play.
And Kareem hits both free throws as we now have 13 of 14 free throws for the Los Angeles Lakers, and they've tied the game at 73. Billy McKinney comes in to try to give some impetus to the Kansas City offense. Nixon staying in the game for Los Angeles. Birdsong fires. Rebound to Nixon at 6'2". He's not letting up as Nixon pushes the ball up court. And Burleson at 7-4 sweeps in, takes down the board. Here comes McKinney. Kings have done a good job getting people down before the Lakers have been back. The game really heating up now. The Lakers riled up, as are the Kings. Goaltending for the goal. And the Kings take a 2-point lead, 75-73. 48 seconds to go in the third period. Keith?
Beautiful play inside. Tom Burleson calling for that ball the whole way inside. Cotton Fitzsimmons jumped up that time off the bench.
What in the world? Jamal Wilkes thought he should have been fouled. The rebound carried off, and somebody on Kansas City tipped it in.
Scott Wedman and Tom Burleson both going after that rebound. Again, like we had in the first half, not getting position. Tip the ball in. Jamal Wilkes will get credit.
Yeah, he's the closest to it. That's how that works. If the defender tips the ball in inadvertently, the offensive player closest to the play gets credit for the basket. So Jamal Wilkes says thank you so very much.
We have 5 seconds remaining on the 24-second clock. 13 seconds remaining in the quarter, so Kansas City's got to get it up quickly here.
Game is tied at 75. The Lakers have made up a 10-point deficit here in the third period. 13 seconds to play in it. McKinney driving, firing off the run. There's a whistle from Don Murphy. They get Nixon on a body check. A score between San Antonio and Golden State. Third period. The high-scoring Spurs up by 10. McKinney wants to play basketball so bad, this kid at the free throw line. He went to Northwestern. He was playing in 3 different leagues in Chicago, where he lives working as a printing salesman. And on certain nights, he'd play in 3 different games. I don't know what time they play games in Chicago, but they had to go out into the night. Nixon drives to the Bez net. Pretty. Nixon sweeps on in, tying the game. Jamal Wilkes taps it away, and so the Lakers come up with a big third period. They were down by 10 at the half. In this 12-minute session, they rallied back. They have tied the game, so we might go right down to the final gun in this one. Stay with us as we come to the fourth quarter coming up.
The more foreign car prices go up, the more it pays to put your money in a Chevy Chevette. It's like money in the bank. Here's what makes it such a value. This Chevette 4-door hatchback has standard white striped tires, body side moldings, AM radio, sports steering wheel, console, reclining front bucket seats, and more. Yet Chevette is hundreds of dollars less than Toyota, Datsun, or VW Rabbit. Chevy Chevette. It's like money in the bank.
The NBA on CBS will continue after this word from your local station. Join Dolly and Carol in Nashville for a foot stop in good time when Dolly Parton and Carol Burnett team up next Wednesday at 10, 9 Central and Mountain on CBS.
Be sure and stay tuned for the MVP award at the conclusion of the game. Leading scorers in the game, Scott Wedman, 20 for Kansas City. Otis Birdsong, 18. Phil Ford has 10, but he also has 13 assists. Adrian Dantley has 15 for the Lakers. Kareem now has 19 for Los Angeles. Norm Nixon with 13. Jamal Wilkes with 10. Cotton Fitzsimmons with -1. They got him on a technical. He gave up a point.
He's liable to end up with -2 the way he's going out there. He's really getting excited. Lakers have been playing awfully good basketball in the fourth quarter, as I've been mentioning, Don. They really put it together. Kareem turns it on in the fourth quarter. He's already got 19 points, I believe.
McKinney and Birdsong in the back line for Kansas City. Hillman, Burleson, and Nash are up front. Birdsong off the baseline. Hillman's playing like a wild man. He's really doing a job.
He's really been fired up ever since he got that technical foul called on him.
Big guy from San Jose State, Darnell Hillman, made the All-Army team before going to San Jose State. Later with the ABA's Indiana Pacers, here's Dantley to the basket. Out for travel.
Watch Adrian Dantley pick up the ball over here on the side. Let's see if he never did put the ball on the floor. Took about 3 steps. Good call by the official right on top of the play.
McKinney fires from the outside, and the Kings open up a 4-point lead, 81-77.
That's a tremendous play right there. I expect to see them run more of that. Burleson setting the pick on the outside. McKinney coming off. Kareem didn't jump out, so he was open for the shot.
Dave Robish, big guy from the University of Kansas, fires it down. He has 4 points. Again, we have a 2-point game, Kansas City. McKinney looking inside. Burleson. Nothing there. Goes out to Nash, who throws it away. It wasn't that bad a play by Nash because Birdsong was down low on the baseline. He made a move to the basket, and Nash released, but Birdsong then cut the other way.
Yes, he did. The passer always gets credit for the bad pass in that situation, but it was a good idea. Birdsong was open.
Lakers particularly liked it. They got it back. They can tie the game. Here's Robish down low. He's playing a rough game. He's playing hard. No foul. McKinney searches out the free man. No one open, so he just holds it up with a dribble and moves on Boone. Hey, Burleson's playing hard. Real hard.
Great job on the inside by Tom Burleson. Getting good position on Kareem. Now look at Kareem behind him there. Absolutely nothing. Even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, best player in the game, can do.
Dantley pulls up from 12 feet. He has 17 points for Los Angeles, 83-81 Kansas City. 2-point game. Kings led by 10 at the half. Lakers rallied to tie it at 77 at the end of 3 periods. McKinney leaning into the big guys, falls down, rolls over, and watches the ball go through.
Looked like it was a terribly forced shot, but when the ball goes through, all Cotton could say is a nice shot, Billy.
He got it down, and now Robish looks for Kareem. They're really body checking Kareem. Lucius Allen.
Look at that Kansas City bench. The entire bench erupted on that play. You can see them all standing up over there. Cotton Fitzsimmons led the pack. They were almost out to the free throw line complaining on that play. What they're complaining about is that they felt Lucius Allen was out ahead of the pack, and it looks like he is. If he was ahead of Adrian Dantley on that play, he should get an automatic 2 free throws.
He got the shot down. The shot went in, but it was negated. They called it out. Now Burleson comes out.
Look at Tom Burleson swinging across the key with that left-handed hook shot. He said to Kareem, "Take that, big fella. Here's a hook shot right back at you."
So the Kings will back off. They stay in the fight. And they come up with a 6-point lead, 87-81. 9:20 left to play in the game. It's going to be a good one right down to the wire. It has been so far. So we'll be back as you see that play again. Lucius Allen fouled by Dantley. 6-point lead, Kansas City.
Zenith presents a breakthrough. System 3. System 3. The best Zenith ever. The best ever. An advanced picture tube for the sharpest Zenith picture ever. Sharpest picture. A totally modular chassis. All modular. Designed to be the best performing, the most reliable color TV in Zenith history. The most reliable. Zenith System 3. Zenith System 3. It's the best Zenith ever.
Avis Super Saver rates. Special rates that save you money. Like our 7-day See America rate.
Look out, LA! Bye!
Or our special holiday rates.
We get to go to grandmother's house.
And on weekends, Avis Super Saver rates can save you up to 50% off our weekday rates.
50% off?
Up to 50%.
See you Monday.
Call our toll-free number or your travel consultant. Some restrictions do apply.
In business, the more efficiently you use your time, the more money you make.
Time is money.
So if you're spending hours dictating letters to far-off places, and hours are spent typing them,
I've got other work to do.
kick the letter habit. Pick up your phone and give them a ring. The phone turns your time into money.
Here's that controversial play that brought the Kansas City bench to their feet. Lucius Allen, the question is he ahead of the pack? The foul was made out there by Adrian Dantley. It looks like Lucius is a little bit ahead. See Bernie Fryer in the background making the call. The call was definitely on the outside, so there's no continuation. The question is, was he ahead of the pack on the play? If he was, he's entitled to 2 free throws. The Kansas City bench, Cotton Fitzsimmons and all the fans in this arena felt he was ahead of that pack.
And what really got him is he got the shot down. It could have been a 3-point play. Then, of course, Burleson came right back and swept in a hook shot. And that's how it stands right now, 87-81, a 6-point advantage for the Kings.
You know, sometimes a play like that, even when the call goes against you, has a tendency to really fire a team up and bring them together. Kansas City is that kind of a team that reacts to a situation like that.
Here in the fourth period, the Kings have outscored the Lakers by 6. Scored them 10-4 so far. Now Wilkes will bring the ball in. Burleson and Jabbar are really doing some bumping. Jim Price in the backcourt of the Lakers, working with Ron Boone. Dantley and Wilkes down low. Kareem comes out high. Dantley takes it to the basket. Fight for the rebound. Darnell Hillman comes out with it. Liable to win this game. The beat goes on as Hillman loses the ball to Wilkes. Old Silk pokes it away. Laid pass to Jim Price. Wilkes ran headlong into Burleson. They both went down. Jamal Wilkes might be a little groggy. Feeds off to Ron Boone. Not going to be there. And Burleson takes the rebound, leads it out to McKinney. Here come the Kansas City Kings on the break. The lead goes down low to Lucius Allen off the baseline of the court. And a foul call on Jim Price. 8:27 left to play.
Not a good foul that time by Jimmy Price. Lucius Allen forced the shot a little bit, was off balance as you see it there. Jimmy Price should never foul a man on the outside like that. He should know better than that. He's been around this league for quite a while.
Here's Lou Hudson coming back in the basketball game for Los Angeles. Lucius Allen at the free throw line now for Kansas City. Lakers down by 6 after they tied the game. Kareem looks out to Hudson. It's been the outside shot that has brought the Lakers back in it. There hasn't been much inside for them all game long. Kings blockading that lane. Kareem with that beautiful sweeping hook shot gives him 21 points.
They call that shot auto in Los Angeles. That's automatic.
Charlie Scott said when they used to play against Kareem when he was at Milwaukee, it used to take 22 seconds to get him the ball from the sky hook. If that didn't work, they had 2 seconds to do something else.
And then Oscar put it up, right?
That's right.
Oscar or Kareem. Ball went out of bounds off of the Lakers. Kansas City will get 24 more seconds.
87-83, Kansas City's in the lead. Darnell Hillman goes up high. Not quite enough there. Nash fights and gets the rebound. These guys keep at it.
Beautiful work by the Kansas City Kings. The perseverance going after the boards in there. 2 offensive rebounds. Nash finally putting it in.
Yeah, this arena's certainly changed in the space of a season, too, with this. Look at that drive, the jump shot down, 12 points for Wilkes. 8 in the second half. Last year there was many people in this arena, with good reason. It was the last place team. And no noise. Now it's like a playoff calm. Going to be one. Here is Lucius Allen in and out. Hillman gets the shot down.
Again, tremendous work on the offensive boards. Darnell Hillman keep moving downside. Inside and low down there. Adrian Dantley not blocking him off. Lucius Allen getting the shot. Watch the ball wind around the rim and come off. Darnell Hillman inside where no one blocked him off. Dantley fouled him on the arm as he put it back up. He'll go to the line to try and complete the three-point play.
He only has 6 points, but his effect on the game has been far greater than that.
Been great at rebounding, playing tough defense.
And with 6:53 left to go in the game, Kansas City now has a 7-point lead as Nixon works with the ball, gets it low to Lou Hudson. And Hudson with a higher trajectory than normal to get it over Burleson, knocks it down 92-87. Kansas City by 5 and with the ball. 6:32 left to play in the game. Burleson goes up. He has 12.
That's a beautiful play inside, isn't it, Don? Tom Burleson, 7'4", swinging across the lane, giving Kareem a little bit of his own medicine. Kareem said, "That's enough of that, buddy." He took it back down low, tried to take it to the basket. Tom fouled him first. Pass from Nixon inside to Kareem. Kareem swinging to the basket. Burleson with a leg outside, keeping Kareem from taking it to the basket. Was a good foul. He fouled him before Kareem shot the ball, so he didn't go to the free throw line. Sam Lacey replacing Tom Burleson did a great job in there.
Nixon looks for a shot, and Norm Nixon hits it for the Lakers, and they are now back to within 5 points, 95-89, 94-89. 15 for Norm Nixon. We have 5:58 left to play in the game. Lucius Allen, not enough there, tipped away, but Lacey runs over and gets the ball, touched the baseline of the court. But apparently it was last touched by Kareem before it did, so the Kings will put the ball in play. Now the big people coming in now, Keith. We have Wedman coming back in, Otis Birdsong coming back in, and Phil Ford back in for Kansas City.
Cotton Fitzsimmons has so much confidence in his bench, and you see why right here. They did a tremendous job that time, getting the lead back from the Los Angeles Lakers. That was a strange pass by Darnell Hillman. I think he picked somebody out up there about the 10th row and lobbed it underhand up to him.
That was almost like the 3,000-pound gorilla's touch. Flicked it up into row X. Dantley, but Hillman has been a big factor in Kansas City, holding a lead right now in the fourth quarter. Here's Wilkes low against Hillman. You've got to head fake him because you can't. But Hillman has been a big factor in Kansas City, holding a lead right now in the fourth quarter. Here's Wilkes low against Hillman. You've got to head fake him because you can't jump with him. Birdsong comes in from the back line, takes down the rebound for the Kings, and Phil Ford heads up court. Oh, Wedman something.
My question is, how can you leave a man like Scott Wedman wide open for a jump shot like that?
Not the number of points, it's the percentage. He must be hitting 80% of what he's thrown up today from the outside. Wilkes fires. Not enough there. Lacey rebounds. And the Kings have the ball, and they've opened up a 7-point lead. Ball comes back to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Cotton Fitzsimmons very wisely motioning to Phil Ford to settle down a little bit. Don't let it get out of control now. Take advantage of those opportunities.
Lacey very adroitly pokes the ball free from Jamal Wilkes on the drive. Lakers will inbound it with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
That's a great example of the team defense by Kansas City. Wilkes was open that time. Lacey got his hand in there to help him out.
That isn't a bad number. That thing hits the back of the rim and just drops down like a lead ball.
That's auto once again.
And it's 96-91 Kansas City. Wedman takes a look low. Kareem towering over the Kings center, Sam Lacey. Birdsong blocked by Hudson. Long lead to Dantley over the shoulder like Willie Mays, but there's no track to the basket, so he goes back to Nixon. And Norm Nixon, he's starting to get a little of that Jerry West stutter bounce before he goes up.
Yes, he shoots that ball very quickly and with a lot of confidence.
17 points for Norm Nixon. And it's a 3-point game once again. Lou Hudson gets the ball away. Lead goes to Jamal Wilkes. Oh, he is too far underneath. He says he was pushed. Official on top says no. Forward to Birdsong. That's got to be a charge.
Good defensive play that time by Adrian Dantley. Birdsong came down, got a little bit out of control, ran right over.
Boy, it's interesting to watch Wedman play defense. Look up at the right portion of your screen. He's really playing the lane. He just doesn't want anybody to get in low. Dantley gets the ball outside. He'll run out quickly to try to defend against him. Now Nixon has scored 19 points. It is a one-point game. The Lakers rallying back once again. So the Kings will be looking for that good percentage shot. Los Angeles, if the Lakers get the ball, can go back in front. Lakers have the ball. Outlet pass down court. Slapped around. Jamal Wilkes has it to Dantley. They set it back up. And Kareem steps into the offensive position. Shot clock is down to 10 right now. Nixon throws up an orange shot, but Jamal Wilkes steals the ball again. You were talking about him before the game, Keith. You don't know don't notice his statistics, and all of a sudden the guy's got 6 steals, 29 points. Right now, the Lakers have called a timeout with just 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to play. They'll have possession. We come back, they can take the lead.
You can feel the heat before you even get close. But the only way to kill the flames is to fight them face to face until they finally die, and you lead your men to cooler air and Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, we got the beer, Miller beer.
Outward Bound, Rota, Spain. The Navy. See your local recruiter or call toll-free. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
This is it.
This is it, America, the new Chevrolet.
America, if you're looking for a full-size car that goes easy on the gas.
This is it.
And easy on the road.
This is it.
A car with all kinds of room inside.
This is it.
The new Chevrolet, a new generation car bought and embraced by more than 1 million people in its first 2 years. Caprice and Impala for 1979.
This is it, America, the new Chevrolet.
Biggest crowd of the season here at Kemper Arena, 14,541, as we come down the stretch of a game that has been wide open at times and then tightened right up. That's what the Lakers have done now as Coach Jerry West goes back after counseling his team. The Lakers, down by 6 not that long ago, have a chance to take the lead now. They'll have possession of the ball when we resume play. Keith?
Los Angeles bench scoring. The Lakers have only had 11. The Kings 28 points.
All season long, the Kings have gotten a lot from their bench.
They really have. But this point in the game, you're not depending on the bench a whole lot. You're going with your starters out there. And in particular, Norm Nixon's been doing it for the Lakers, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
10 seconds on the shot. What's this?
Offensive charge on Kareem. Kareem definitely unhappy with that call. Let's watch Kareem roll across the key. Samley there, the elbow on the inside. He did have it in there. Good call by Hugh Holland.
And Kansas City gets the ball back. Lacey has it to Ford. 2:25 left to play. Down low to Robinson.
Boy, that was quite a battle they had going in there. Adrian Dantley and Bill Robinson that time really fighting for position. Robinson obviously won that battle down low, got the ball wide open.
Kareem's going to try it again, and there he goes. Doesn't get the roll, and Robinson takes down the defensive board.
No, that happens to be great defense that time. Even though Kareem had the shot in close, it was not his hook shot, it was a jump shot, and that's what Cotton Fitzsimmons wants them to force Kareem to take.
98, 95. Kansas City by 3, 150 to play in the game. Shot clock down to 5. Down to 3. And Nixon comes up with the ball, and he's fouled by Robinson.
Bad foul in the backcourt by Bill Robinson that time.
Here's the final score in. San Antonio beats Golden State in Oakland, 125-107. Foul in the backcourt, only the second team foul of the period against the Kansas City Kings. LA also under the limit, as going to the free throw line is Norm Nixon, a 2-shot foul in the backcourt. Nixon has 19 points.
Of all places to foul, the backcourt is not the place to do it. Bill Robinson frustrated that time because he couldn't get the shot away. He was holding the ball with 5 seconds to go, trying to free himself for a jumper, got it raked out of his hands by Dantley, and fouled in frustration, trying to get it back.
Norm Nixon, a 75% free throw shooter. This is his second season in the NBA. Can bring the Lakers back to within 1. Looking for his 21st point of the game. It is a 1-point game with 1:41 left to go. Kansas City in the lead and with possession of the ball. Bill Ford dancing, moving the ball up court against Nixon. Lacey comes out high to pick for him. Lakers pressuring the ball, not giving Kansas City much time to work the shot. Kareem has the rebound, tapped away by Hillman, put up, and Hillman follows it up and gets it.
Sensational play by Darnell Hillman inside. Kareem had that rebound with both hands coming down. Hillman knocked it out of his hands, got it back and put it in. Look at that tenacious defense Kansas City is playing all over the floor. Jump ball by Sam Lacey, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
This is one of the biggest games in a lot of years here in Kansas City, because when you can, if they can beat the Lakers, they really are there. And here is Nixon getting the ball very nicely. Kareem tapping it back to him. The Lakers need a field goal here to get back to it in 1. We're down to a minute. Kareem sweeps it up, gets it down. He'll go to the free throw line. So he can bring the Lakers into a tie. It's 199.
What a play by the big fella. That's why they call that shot auto out in Los Angeles. That's about as automatic as any shot in the game of basketball has ever been. Beautiful hook shot by Kareem. Sam Lacey with a little bit of body on the inside, giving up that good position. Once Kareem has that position and he's able to swing to his left for that hook, you might as well forget it and let him have it. Back off, as a matter of fact, and not get called for the possible three-point play.
Well, he got it. A three-point play ties the game with 58 seconds left to play. And Cotton Fitzsimmons, distressed as all coaches are who've seen their team lose a lead, wants to bring over the Kings for a little chat. They'll be back in a moment.
When you shoot a lot of pool and bars, you want to stay fast and loose. And you don't want to get filled up. That's why I drink light beer from Miller. Got a third less calories than their regular beer, and it's less filling. Plus, the taste is great. And even though a lot of people don't think pool is strenuous, let me tell you something. You can work up a real good thirst, even when you're just showing off.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Can I help you?
Baboon Burger.
Nice car. What is it?
Chevy Chevette, best-selling hatchback in America.
What do you have on it?
AM radio, console, reclining bucket seats, white striped tires. It's all standard on the four-door Chevy Chevette, even the hatchback.
Love it, but I don't need the hatchback.
How come?
I've already got a trunk.
Chevy Chevette. A lot of car for the money.
Flu can mean a lot of misery to a lot of people. If you get flu, see your doctor, rest, and take today's Dristan tablets. Dristan relieves twice as many flu miseries as time capsules or aspirin alone. Look, capsules help nasal congestion and sneezing, aspirin, aches, and fever. But Dristan has strong medicine for congestion, sneezing, aches, and fever. Today's Dristan relieves them all. Relieves twice as many flu miseries as capsules or aspirin alone. Have a better winter with Dristan.
With Keith Erickson, this is Don Crickey back at Kemper Arena, Kansas City. 58 seconds left to play in the game. The Lakers have rallied back. A three-point play by their big man, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, brings Los Angeles into a tie at 100. 58 seconds to play. Kansas City has the basketball when we resume.
We were able to pick up just a little bit in that Kansas City huddle that time. Cotton Fitzsimmons, we couldn't hear what play he wants to run, but he wants to run it, start that play with about 10 seconds remaining on the 24-second shot clock.
On the floor for the Lakers, Kareem, Don Ford, Jamal Wilkes, Norm Nixon, Lou Hudson, Phil Ford, Sam Lacey, Otis Birdsong, Scott Wedman, and Darnell Hillman out there for Kansas City as we're down to 50 seconds. That is the game clock winding down.
I would look here for Otis Birdsong or Scott Wedman popping out for a jump shot here in this situation.
You got it. And Otis Birdsong knocks it down with 38 seconds left to go. Birdsong has 20.
That was quite a reaction from that fan in the stand doing a backflip. Sam Lacey getting called for the foul on the outside.
5 on Sam.
Well, that's a tough play for Sam Lacey to be playing him out there like that. Look at the body contact out there. No more contact, Don Murphy says. No more of that stuff, Lacey.
Boy, I tell you, this has been a tough game.
A lot of pressure plays out here. Critical free throw by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He ties it. Abdul-Jabbar with 28 points for the LA Lakers, and the game is tied at 102.
Only 25 seconds remaining in the game. 16 on the shot clock. You would look for the same play again between Birdsong or Wedman. Goaltending call on that play.
Let's watch it again.
Beautiful penetration by Phil Ford inside. You see Sam Lacey. And watch Kareem come over, block that ball. Difficult to tell if that ball was pinned or not. The call was made by the official. A pin on the board by Kareem. From our angle was a little difficult to tell. Nevertheless, the call was made and the Kansas City Kings have a 2-point lead.
From the top man right down to the bottom man. It just passes right down the line. Everybody pushes for quality.
Willie Rawls, utility man. This is who we are and what we do at General Motors.
My job is to replace any absentees. I'm here, there, all over the plant. Yeah, you're not tied down to one job all the time. You're around different jobs. Metal finishing, welding, soldering. But soldering, I think I enjoy soldering more than any other job I've done because there's a lot of skill in that. Yeah, fellas keep something going all the time. It's never dull around here. Yeah, they get along very good. Yeah, union's good. Yeah, the people on the line, they have a lot of interest in the car. If I go out to buy a car, that's where I go, looking for a General Motors car. Because I'm right there in the plant and I see how they're built, see the quality that goes into them.
General Motors, people building transportation to serve people.
Your services are no longer required.
I see no future for you. Over 6 million shavers have said goodbye to their old razors and said hello to Atra, Gillette's best shave. Micro Smooth twin blades and Atra face-hugging action combine to outshave every razor we've ever made.
Good shave. Sorry, sir.
Atra, Gillette's best shave.
Atra, you're supernatural.
13 seconds to play. Kansas City 104, Los Angeles 102. The Lakers will inbound the ball. Jamal Wilkes getting set to bring it in. What are we going to have, Keith?
I love the way Cotton Fitzsimmons told his team to defense this play. Make Kareem Abdul-Jabbar beat us with that hook shot. Lakers would love to do it. Look at the defensive pressure.
Good.
Beautiful pressure by Lakers all over the floor. Jamal Wilkes not able to get the ball in play.
Jack McCloskey saying that he wasn't given the allotted 3 feet to bring the ball in. That might be. But right now, we have another break down the floor. Break of the action, a timeout with 13 seconds to play, and the game hanging in the balance.
We love baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
You sure are getting behind Chevy's new midsize Malibu, America. And why not? It's got the right mileage estimates, the right size, the right feel, the right look, and the right room. And for a lot of folks, it's got the right name, too. Chevy Malibu. The 79 Chevy Malibu could be just right for you.
A fresh new slice of apple pie called Chevy Malibu.
Chasing bad guys is not so glamorous outside of the movies.
You find you spend a lot of time on stakeouts eating cold pizza, and you'd rather be someplace else having a cold beer. For me, that'd be one of these. Light beer from Miller, just in case I gotta move fast. See, Light's got a third less calories than their regular beer, and it's less filling, and the taste is just great. Ain't that right, Muggsy?
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Forward line. Now look, you got 13 seconds left to go. You gotta get the ball in fast, okay? No timeout. No timeout.
All right, we're going to try again now. The Lakers will to get the ball back in bounds. They're going to go down low to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They're standing here in Kansas City, the biggest crowd of the season. As we have two divisional leaders, the LA Lakers looking to hold that lead the Pacific Division they got last night, and the Kansas City Kings. These two teams have fought it out, and now Cotton Fitzsimmons wants a timeout.
He's a cagey character, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's got some tricks.
Lakers have problems now. They can't get the ball in bounds this time. They have no timeouts left.
We started here, a little bit closer here. We start a little bit closer here, and you leave here. You leave a little bit earlier. We got a little bit more room to work with. We started back here. This man, first man, is never going to be back here, okay? So let's start right here. So we're about here. So when we're on the way around, we still got Kareem and Norman going over there like that, okay? So you're going to step in. Let's say you would get it, Kareem. You would get it. Just get back to Robo, okay? And slide right down into the fist. Hey, Dig, you're over here in the corner. Now look, take it to the basket, throw. Yeah. Foul you up there, okay? Come hard to the ball. Okay, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Okay, we got the heat on in Kansas City. 13 seconds to play. The Lakers looking for that last shot, which could tie it up. Even better for Los Angeles would be conceivably the three-point play, which could win the game. But right now, the Kings have the lead while the Lakers have the ball.
It's going to be a tough inbound pass for Dave Robish. Darnell Hillman going to be jumping as high as he can, trying to block Robish's view.
That's high.
The official warning Hillman, he's got to stay 3 feet back. There goes Hillman up. Here comes Robish. Loose ball.
Dantley has it. Over to Kareem. Robish has it. Blocked. He'll go to the free throw line with 5 seconds left. My goodness.
What do you think Jerry West thinks about that?
I think he might be nervous at this point.
Jerry West has a tendency to get a little nervous anyway. My golly, Dave Robish got very critical free throws here.
Well, he's a 74% free throw shooter throughout the season. We look at the replay. And as we look at it, we'd like to thank our producer, Tom O'Neill, our director, Tony Verna, Phil Ruskin, our associate director, and Mike Sanders, our statistician, the rest of our fine CBS crew. Artie Solomon, Hal Schutzman, Mr. Galino, everybody here in Kansas City for a big one between the Kings and the Lakers. It's not over yet. 5 seconds to play.
Dave Robish has 3 to make 2. And you know the fans are going to give him a tough time. That's a big miss right there. 2 remaining. He's got to make both of them.
They're not going to give him any help either. Oh, he got one with 5 seconds left. If he makes this one, the game will be tied. Kansas City will have the ball with 5 seconds left. The heat is on. 6'10" Dave Robish. Burleson has the rebound, just holding on. 1 second left and a foul.
You see the reaction of the players out on the floor. Cotton Fitzsimmons joining them out on the floor. Jerry West, you see his reaction. He's talking to Dave Robish, and he's not giving him a bad time there. He knows the pressure on the big fella was really immense in that play. It's really tough to shoot free throws with that situation. The whole game resting on your shoulders.
The Chevrolet Most Valuable Player Award goes to Scott Wedman of the Kansas City Kings. His great overall shooting and rebounding, team play, a big factor in this apparent victory with 1 second left and a 1-point lead for Kansas City. And so the Chevrolet $1,000 scholarship